Welcome to the 2025 SYC Rhode Island. Presented by Storm Bowling. Brought to you by Coolwick, official apparel merchandiser of the Storm Youth Championships. By PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18. And by Kegel, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy. By Pinwheel.us, Customer Relationship Management. By TD Transportation. And by Quality Respite and Home Care. The SYC Rhode Island welcomes Cambridge Credit Counseling Corporation, trusted counseling group focused on nonprofit debt relief services. Also for the SYC Rhode Island, the Northeast Megabucks Tournament. The Northeast Megabucks Tournament is back, and smart funds are available for youth. All scoring is provided by Bowlmetrics, official tournament management system of the Storm Youth Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities Ballard versus the Big C and Make-A-Wish Utah. Now, live from East Providence Lanes in Rumford, Rhode Island, it's the 2025 SYC Rhode Island. Welcome to the 2025 SYC Rhode Island. Presented by Storm Bowling. Brought to you by Coolwick, official apparel merchandiser of the Storm Youth Championships. By PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18. And by Kegel, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy. By Pinwheel.us, Customer Relationship Management. By TD Transportation. And by Quality Respite and Home Care. The SYC Rhode Island welcomes Cambridge Credit Counseling Corporation, trusted counseling group focused on nonprofit debt relief services. Also for the SYC Rhode Island, the Northeast Megabucks Tournament. The Northeast Megabucks Tournament is back, and smart funds are available for youth. All scoring is provided by Bowlmetrics, official tournament management system of the Storm Youth Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities Ballard versus the Big C and Make-A-Wish Utah. Now, live from East Providence Lanes in Rumford, Rhode Island, it's the 2025 SYC Rhode Island. Welcome to the 2025 SYC Rhode Island. Presented by Storm Bowling. Brought to you by Coolwick, official apparel merchandiser of the Storm Youth Championships. By PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18. And by Kegel, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy. By Pinwheel.us, Customer Relationship Management. By TD Transportation. And by Quality Respite and Home Care. The SYC Rhode Island welcomes Cambridge Credit Counseling Corporation, trusted counseling group focused on nonprofit debt relief services. Also for the SYC Rhode Island, the Northeast Megabucks Tournament. The Northeast Megabucks Tournament is back, and smart funds are available for youth. All scoring is provided by Bowlmetrics, official tournament management system of the Storm Youth Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities Ballard versus the Big C and Make-A-Wish Utah. Now, live from East Providence Lanes in Rumford, Rhode Island, it's the 2025 SYC Rhode Island. Welcome to the 2025 SYC Rhode Island. Presented by Storm Bowling. Brought to you by Coolwick, official apparel merchandiser of the Storm Youth Championships. By PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18. And by Kegel, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy. By Pinwheel.us, Customer Relationship Management. By TD Transportation. And by Quality Respite and Home Care. The SYC Rhode Island welcomes Cambridge Credit Counseling Corporation, trusted counseling group focused on nonprofit debt relief services. Also for the SYC Rhode Island, the Northeast Megabucks Tournament. The Northeast Megabucks Tournament is back, and smart funds are available for youth. All scoring is provided by Bowlmetrics, official tournament management system of the Storm Youth Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities Ballard versus the Big C and Make-A-Wish Utah. Now, live from East Providence Lanes in Rumford, Rhode Island, it's the 2025 SYC Rhode Island. Welcome to the 2025 SYC Rhode Island, presented by Storm Bowling, brought to you by Cool Wick, official apparel merchandiser of the Storm Youth Championships, by PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18, and by Kegel, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy, by Pinwheel.us, Customer Relationship Management, by TD Transportation, and by Quality Respite and Home Care. The SYC Rhode Island welcomes Cambridge Credit Counseling Corporation, trusted counseling group focused on nonprofit debt relief services. Also for the SYC Rhode Island, the Northeast Megabucks Tournament. The Northeast Megabucks Tournament is back, and smart funds are available for youth. All scoring is provided by Bowl Metrics, official tournament management system of the Storm Youth Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities Ballard versus the Big C and Make-A-Wish Utah. Now, live from East Providence Lanes in Rumford, Rhode Island, it's the 2025 SYC Rhode Island. Welcome to the 2025 SYC Rhode Island, presented by Storm Bowling, brought to you by Cool Wick, official apparel merchandiser of the Storm Youth Championships, by PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18, and by Kegel, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy, by Pinwheel.us, Customer Relationship Management, by TD Transportation, and by Quality Respite and Home Care. The SYC Rhode Island welcomes Cambridge Credit Counseling Corporation, trusted counseling group focused on nonprofit debt relief services. Also for the SYC Rhode Island, the Northeast Megabucks Tournament. The Northeast Megabucks Tournament is back, and smart funds are available for youth. All scoring is provided by Bowl Metrics, official tournament management system of the Storm Youth Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities Ballard versus the Big C and Make-A-Wish Utah. Now, live from East Providence Lanes in Rumford, Rhode Island, it's the 2025 SYC Rhode Island.
All right, we are back. We're finishing up our last announcements. The youth bowlers have just practiced for 15 minutes. And we are live from Rhode Island for round number 2 at the SYC. The youth bowlers are competing on the medium pattern this afternoon.
Round of applause and send them off with some good luck and good bowling.
42 feet, 29 mils. That is what the youth bowlers are facing this afternoon. And the bowlers we're watching in front of us, we've got Jarrett Birkenmeyer, Jake Lau, Jaden Ng, Elliot Gordon, Christian Mouton, and Austin Wolcott. Gonna pull up some bios, see who filled out their bio for the Rhode Island event. So we do have Jarrett Birkenmeyer. He is from Findlay, Ohio, that is. He bowls at AMF Sportsman Lanes, 17 years old. First SYC, plays first at sectionals. He likes to play soccer. Wants to say hello to his Grandma Linda, Grandma Marcia, and Grandpa Birkenmeyer. Elliot Gordon is also from Ohio. He's from Columbus. And he has a junior gold title under his belt. Christian Mouton, he's a member of the Storm Junior team. He's wearing a PBA Junior finalist jersey because he made the PBA Junior finals. PBA Junior, of course, is a supporter of the SYC. Mr. Jake Lau, he's from Long Island, bowls at Levittown Lanes. He's 17 years old. He loves the community that comes with bowling, and he loves to sing and wants to say hi to mom and dad. Got a shout out for Austin. If you are watching someone in the or cheering someone on, feel free to call them out in the chat. We love hearing who you are rooting on. Jaden there. So we just finished up round number 1. We did some awards. The bowlers did bowl pretty well on the short pattern. A little higher scoring than our normal short patterns for sure. The U15 boy leader was Poncho Johnson. Chris Wagner was second. Isaiah Derflinger third. U18 boys, we had McKellen Gagne, plus 174. Chance McLean, plus 141. And Jackson Beach, plus 137. Down in the U12 boys, Trevor Mason was the leader at plus 68. Nolan Randisi, plus 19. And Vinny Piccolo at minus 30. All the scores you can find on bowlmetrics.com, official scoring system. Nice spare by Elliott. Max here, he finished the block with a 250 game. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Max to the right of us. This is a different Max. Max Benware, he had a great finish. Yeah, he's to the right. We also have Max Srinivas. Miles Gordon, Elliott's brother. Cephas Beatty III. Noah Walker, Grant Taylor, and James Peters. All right, and we are back. Mike Sinek is joining me in the booth.
Hello.
Hello, welcome back, Mike.
Thank you.
What's happening out in the outside of the live stream booth?
A lot of action. I predict this is going to be a higher scoring pattern.
Okay.
I
thought the short pattern was pretty high scoring actually for short.
It was. We had 279, a couple 250s. What I'm watching is the players haven't quite dialed into where to play on this yet. They're still learning this bowling center just a little bit. As they were told in the seminars, this is why if you get a chance to, if you're competing in an SYC, please come for the seminars. There's some inside information that we usually give out. The players moved in a little slower than they probably could have.
Oh, what a shot by Jake there. Sorry.
Jake, wow, that's exactly
yeah.
that is exactly the right place. This block this center has some significant friction up front, so you try to avoid that early hook. And then you can go to town. The pattern is 42 feet. Now, this is a high volume pattern, 29.45 mils, 29.5 mils of oil. The oil lines are built in. There's a little oil line at 7, but then it's 10, 11, 12, 13. So it's built around that second arrow. So get left, get a little bit straighter through the fronts, and you will have hold and hook.
You know, the other thing that was said in the seminars, but has also been said if you chatted with John Van Hees in the pro shop, or Alex Aguiar said it on live stream today, the fronts in this bowling center hook a lot. They're beat up and a little older. And Max, Benware to the right here, at the end of the block, he was lofting the front part of the lane. And I think now I'm not saying like an extreme loft, but a little loft can go a long way in this bowling center here.
Yep. Or you could do what our silver medalist Chance McLean did, which he has been able to master. He's a two-hander, and he normally bowls right-handed. When he saw a pair that had a lot of early friction, he switched and went backup ball.
Oh, wow. All right.
And shot a 260 throwing backup ball.
The arsenal of these kids is just endless.
Yep. Yeah, we're with some of our higher performing two-handers, we are adding backup balls as a concept. We used to goof around with backup balls. And ever since Anthony Simonson won a tournament.
It's not goofy anymore.
Nope.
Yeah. A lot of the kids, I see them going for spares with it just to keep practicing.
Yep. Yeah, there were a couple washouts made today from right-handers who were backing it up, and a lot of the European bowlers have been mastering both directions. So it is a thing.
I have the Gordon brothers on this pair in front of us, Elliot and Miles.
Nice.
That is a brother duo that you'll be hearing the names of for years and years to come.
Years and years.
And then, of course, Christian Mouton. I'm not sure he had the best morning per his standards. Now, the standards of these boys are quite high, but... Yeah, he was only +6.
Only +6.
Yeah.
Yep. There were some players that were right around even who felt like they were like 1 or 2 hits away from
a big game.
Yeah. And 120 over. So
that's a great shot by Christian. That's a turkey.
Yep.
Spare turkey.
Yep. He's using urethane right basically in the track. His adjustment, if the track breaks down as this block goes along, will be a little bit larger than most of the other bowlers, but still, he's got a good look right now. Take advantage of what you got.
My guy Miles Gordon is throwing an Ohio State National Championship spare ball.
Nice.
I'm fist bumping him.
Very nice. And isn't Elliot's jersey sort of Ohio
I
State?
know. They're rocking the scarlet and gray. I'm proud of them. Good boys.
And our staff today is wearing Ohio State colors, although
yes.
I've got a pullover over top of my jersey.
Yeah, you can't see our jerseys. It is freezing cold in Rhode Island.
Oh my goodness.
What on earth? It is April 12th, and it is snowing.
I got a visit at lunch from a friend of mine who lives in Massachusetts about 40 minutes away, and they got 6 inches of snow this morning.
No, thank you.
Yeah. That's the wrong kind of brutal.
Yeah, all the families are buying sweatshirts this weekend.
Yep.
They're gonna come home with SYC sweatshirts, Storm sweatshirts, Boston Red Sox, Boston Celtics, like all the sweatshirts.
And a couple of blankets have been sold too, and then.
Oh yeah, blankets for sure.
And there's a Storm Minky in the charity raffle that's getting a lot of action.
Well, it's just cool.
Yeah, it is. That's very cool. Jared
is repping one of the awesome Rhode Island jerseys that the Cool Wick team created.
But that was really cool looking.
I'm not sure anyone is going whale watching this weekend though. I'm not sure the whales are in the ocean. I think they're somewhere warmer.
And the whales have their pullovers on, and they're just.
Yeah.
All right, seeing Ion Maxis going down the lane, pretty much to our left and to our right. This is a high volume pattern, so if you're going to play in the oil a little bit, you need that bigger core and cover to get the ball to slow down.
Get Grant Taylor. Oh, he throws it so good.
Yep.
Great shot by Jarrett.
Got that a little wide. Almost got it back. Wow. There's some really good pulling going on right now.
These kids just are impressive. Every time. I say it so much, but
Yep.
man, I love Raymond Sear has a new nickname in the chat that I'm loving. I knew it was Ray, but RC3.
RC3.
I love it.
Very nice.
And he's part of a triplet, so I'm pretty sure. I think they're triplets, aren't they? Or siblings or
I
thought they were
I remember
triplets.
hearing the story about triplets.
Pretty sure they're triplets.
Yep.
I could be wrong. Could be way off. I've been known to be wrong. Nice cover by Christian there.
So no offense to my college team when we bowled in college, but the gentleman right now on 47 and 48 would run us over. And we were a good team.
Yeah. Oh, that was fantastic.
Yep.
Cephas, a double.
Yep. And this has got enough volume and it's got enough length and there's enough hold in this pattern that we could see some numbers today.
Oh, I thought Austin had a messenger. I was rooting on the messenger.
We did have a front 8 this morning.
We had a couple of strings. I didn't see any. Well, I did see Poncho had the front 8, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
He was one of them.
Okay.
He's the second one.
Okay. I don't think Austin filled out his bio. Austin. I'm not seeing it. It's hit or miss with the good old U18 boys.
I do like the Bumblebee jersey.
Yeah.
There's really some stylish jerseys on the guys and the girls side.
Yeah, my jersey game does not compete.
Yeah, mine either.
The most wild ones I wear are the SYC ones because the kids influence those.
Yep. Yeah, so far my favorite is, I'm trying to remember who it is that has the capybara.
Oh, yes, it is. He's from Texas.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're drawing a blank.
He's on our staff.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on, guys. He does have a really cool jersey.
Yes, he does. Throws are good too.
Ryan Burgess.
Yes.
Yes, capybara.
Yes.
So great.
All right, here we go. Jake Lau. Hopefully we're not black clouding today.
I knew it. They are triplets. 2 righties and a lefty. Thank you. I'm
Very good.
I mean, my brain is broken, but sometimes I get it right still.
Seven. So well rolled.
Austin is the one stepping up here on 47 in the B jersey. That's Jake to the right. Someone was asking who is Austin. Great spare by Jake. Such a solid game, Mr. Jake Lau. Great shot.
Wow, that was great.
Smooth.
Yep. And he's playing the fronts the right way. If the fronts have a lot of friction, get left of the fronts, but then still play the back part of the pattern correctly. And that requires speed control. That requires a little bit of rev control. But, and there you go, Jaden. Same. Very impressive. There was a professional equivalent to this. The U.S. Open this year was at Woodland Bowl in Indianapolis. And Woodland gets a lot of lineage. And their lane surface, as well as a little bit of extra friction in it, purely because of use. And Andrew Anderson led the tournament, and he played pretty much every pattern just like these gentlemen are right now, where they are left of the high friction portion of the front part of the lane. And then he just matched speed and rotation to get the match up each of the U.S. Open patterns and led the field. Number 1 seed for the television show.
Awesome.
So there's a trick there, and these guys have already are learning it and working it. So
yeah. They're way ahead of their time. They just don't realize it yet. We did get an update. Cam Bennett down on lane 3, which we're on lane 47. Cam has the front 8.
Very nice. He had a rather rough morning, specifically spare shooting, and was looking to get some of it back, and it looks like he's on the way.
Excellent.
Yep. Chris Mouton is out of the urethane ball and is now switched to reactive. Smash 7. That was a really good shot.
Yeah, that's that front part of the lane. That just, it ran out of energy. I don't think Christian was so sure about that spare. He looked at it a little lot. He's like, did I get it?
Did I? That's right. He's off to a good start and staying clean, so this will allow him to make some adjustments and not really hurt his score.
Ooh, Austin.
There you go.
Little double there. I'll take it.
Oh.
Jaden got one to go too. It's a 4-bagger.
Yep. That's fun. Shot. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Jarrett put that down right in the high friction portion. The ball hooked probably before he saw it. Your eyes don't always pick up the ball until it's about 15, 20 feet down the lane. And that ball was already in motion before it got to where he could see it. Okay, so let's see if Mr. Mouton here has made his adjustments.
Nah, that's close.
You say
Wow.
yes.
Wow, that was a good shot.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, as always, our official scoring system is Bull Metrics, and you'll be helping to keep some scores. I do know that our friend Michael Reale is going to come down here in game number 3.
Very cool.
Yep.
Yep, we've been using Bowl Metrics for a couple of years now. Really makes it easy to collect the scores. They automatically update, so the bowlers and the spectators really get real-time scoring updates. And it makes gathering scores like this, where we have 160 plus bowlers, just so easy.
Yeah.
And so quick. Nice shot. Oh boy. It held.
It did.
For a second there, I was worried about that one. All right, Jaden just went high on his last shot. Let's see if he's going to adjust.
Nah, not enough.
Nope.
If you did adjust. Looks a little slower, though. Good shot by Cephas.
Way to go. He's got 230 on the hook. On 49 and 50, we have Brian Talbot, who's currently on pace for 277.
Wow. Jake Polson down there's doing good, too. Oh, Gavin Murray. Woo! We got spare, nearly sheet.
Yep.
He's going into the 10th, and, well, he has potential for sheet.
Nice.
Cam Bennett's still going. He's got 10 in a row.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hope somebody down there has their
Camera out. Yeah, it's not easy to capture from here. 11. I'm getting real-time updates.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, we can't get down there fast enough from 47 to 48. We have too many spectators to climb over.
Yeah, it's impossible. As always, we will be taking a short break after this this game. Someone asked earlier, why do we turn the camera off? Because you don't want to see the chaos that is happening beyond the camera.
Oh, that's so true.
There's a lot of moving. There's nothing to watch. That's why we we put up our little frame. Oh, I heard cheering.
I hear cheering.
So I'm thinking Cam just got 300.
Hope so.
Yeah.
He said hey. Cam said he had a lot to make up for from this morning. Yep, Deb said 12.
Wow. Good job, Cam.
Way to go, Cam. He was 56 under this morning, so he's now plus for the tournament.
That's great.
And he will tell you that the 56 under was mostly spare shooting.
All right.
So.
Well, at least he's being honest with himself.
Yep. We got it all back in one game.
That's awesome.
Nicely done. Wow, if that had gotten all the way back. Austin.
Great job by Elliott.
6-pin.
202.
202. Not bad. Took him a bit to get dialed in, got dialed in, and then the lane started to change on him.
Not throwing it bad.
No, he started really well.
Yeah.
One of the things that is a little frustrating about being left-handed is that sometimes for us, the lanes go into transition. Since there are fewer balls going down the lane on our side, they go into transition later in games. It's like, sure, 8th frame, thanks, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Right-handers are on their second transition by then in a lot of cases, and you know the middle's already set up for them, and not on the left. We don't get that much love sometimes.
No love.
But that's okay. There are days where the right is bad and the left is good. We just, when we get it, take it.
Absolutely. Max started to do his little loft at the end of the game again.
Yeah.
He's on to something. If he could keep doing it, get it a little out on the lane. Shot by Christian.
Nice. So he's going to finish the game with kind of the way he started.
Potential 230 still out there. 234, that is. Cephas ended with 216.
Okay.
Grant Taylor 193. Solid game.
Evan Murray left a 10-pin. Still 218 in the 8th with a mark in the 9th. That's pretty good.
Yeah. All right, Christian got the second. So
224.
Oh, 224. My math is off. Man, I'm going to drink this coffee that was kindly given to me.
After I
Apologies.
do my first round of scores, I will be caffeinating a little bit myself.
I know, serious. Good shot by Christian. Finished it out, 224. Gavin got to 256 down there.
Very nice.
Got Brian.
Yep, Brian's got a chance at 277. All right, Jake Lau. Oh, get it out. Okay, here we go. 2-8 for Brian, so you can go 250. Jake Lau needs 2 more to go 222. Austin on lane 47 can go out for 231. We are stacking scores.
Yes.
I was a little worried after the first game on the short that the live stream pair was going to be another one of those
I know, tricky pairs, yeah.
But
it seems to have leveled out.
Yeah, we're off to a really good start. Jaden can punch for 219 as well on this pair, so.
Now, I will say the right lane looked like, now, I don't know if it was the way they played them earlier, but it just hooked more overall.
Yeah.
On the right lane.
That seems kind of common down at this end of the building. Because 40, 45, and 46, we saw that in practice. 48, we kind of saw that in practice. Where the right lane had a little earlier friction.
Yeah.
And we're going to attribute that to topography. 255.
Awesome game.
That's a very
for
nice game.
Brian Talbot.
Yep.
.208 for Jake Lau.
Okay.
Austin here.
Hold. New.
228. Still solid.
Yeah. Take that all day.
And Jaden is going to finish this up for the first game.
Potential 219. Not bad at all.
Oh, dear.
Ooh, Black Cloud. That
Yes.
was me. I apologize to the fans at home. That was
all you.
That was on me.
All right. We're going to take a really short break. Our bowlers are moving, and we'll be right back. All right, we are back, and I am joined by Dylan Murray.
Hey, good
Hi,
to be
Dylan.
back.
Dylan, your brother Gavin is bowling to the right.
He is.
Your younger sister Ellie Kate is bowling. You unfortunately aged out.
Yeah, of course.
You're not eligible.
It's almost been a full year now.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you miss
blows
it?
Yeah. I can't wait to get back. I'm doing the U22 Masters.
Nice.
About a month.
That'll be cool.
I'm excited.
Where is it this year?
Detroit.
Detroit. Okay.
So the plan is Grand Rapids, or the SYC
Yes.
is literally that exact weekend.
Oh wow.
So the plan is to go up my like the rest of the family up to where y'all are,
Yep.
have a round of golf
Nice.
at the
At the bowling
At the
center.
bowling center.
Good. Yes,
Great.
because it is a golf and bowl. Yes.
and then I will ditch them and go with my grandfather up to a bowl.
Nice. Very cool. All right, so we are watching Keegan Howells, Cody Morris, William Cunningham, Ryan Davis, and Alex Silver. Those are the bowlers. Now, you have been ball repping today,
Yes.
sort of, right?
Kinda, yeah.
What have you seen on the lane so far?
Well, I've seen both like shots shape up beautifully today, no matter what ball is being thrown. At least over there.
Yeah.
On Gavin's side over there, because I'm very closely watching Gavin. 4950 is checking early.
Okay.
At least first couple shots.
Yeah.
He'll move on, but it's checking early so far.
Okay. Yeah, that's been a common theme, I think. There's a lot of friction in the fronts at this house. Look at William. Whoosh. Whew. There's a lot of speed and rev rate there.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if we got some bios.
Crossover?
Sometimes they fill them out, and sometimes they don't. William Cunningham, he did. He's from Newark. He bowls at Jersey Lanes. 17. He just bowled his 29th 300
Wow.
and a 600 series for 2 games. He likes meeting new people and bowling and the community, and he'll be a psychology major next year. But he's a therapist to all his friends right
yeah.
now. Shout out to his dad, Big Will, and mom, Mania. So, excuse me. That's fun. You know, having a friend that is a good listener is very
Yes.
important. Alex. All right, when Alex is up, we do have a bio for him too. So, Dylan, are you in school?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, I'm not fully in school. I'm online.
Okay.
But Liberty University has a great sports management degree opportunity.
Nice.
I actually just found out that next year I will be considered a junior.
Wow.
I apparently did a whole lot of credits over the last year, and I
Nice.
will in the summer.
Yeah.
So I'll be
Almost done.
2/3 of the way done.
Wow.
With the degree already.
That's exciting.
I know it helps whenever you have scholarship money to
Yeah.
help pay for it.
That's cool. So then what do you want to do after you finish school?
So the plan is to go somewhere into the sports management business. I don't know where.
Okay.
It probably won't be player manager because I just don't have that kind of like willpower to help out a player and get their money where they need to get it.
Yeah.
I'd rather be probably team manager or
Okay.
it'd be fun.
That's cool.
I am probably going to minor in sports broadcasting.
Nice.
It'd be fun.
Yeah. All right, that was a little right for Alex, but Alex
Ted.
is from Maynardville, New York. Favorite practice center is Sayville Bolero. First SYC,
Oh, nice.
he won the Suffolk County Boys High School Doubles Tournament with his twin brother. He has a twin. He plays.
Who's bowl? My bad.
No,
Who's
you're good.
bowling right next to him?
Oh, there's.
Logan is right over there.
Oh, no way. Look at that. That's cool. All right. So he plays 3 varsity sports for his high school, and he enjoys cooking new foods with his family. He wants to say hi to Steve Tisman. And he's a twin. I love that. Oh, and Heather says, go Silver Boys. I like it. Got Ray in the field, he's one of 3. He's a triplet.
Oh,
And then Alex and Logan, they're twins. It's so cool.
I didn't have a twin. I don't know. I kind of think, well, I didn't, because if I did, the family would be huge.
Your family already is huge.
Yeah. I'm thankful that Gavin came 2 years after me,
Yeah.
because I got to be big brother, at least
Yeah.
to him, and now I got 2 younger ones. So
Now your family does have the 2 girls and the 2 boys, and you guys are spread out in ages. But are you closest to your brother?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then are the girls really close, or?
they're within 3 years.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah. But like, do you all get along?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was always me and Gavin against the world growing up. So it's still how it is.
Nice. Yeah, and you guys did a lot of sightseeing in Boston this week, right?
My goodness, yes. So Thursday night, yeah.
Yeah.
We did the Red Sox game.
Yep.
A little chilly, but we got through it. Friday was the walking tour through Boston, which
Yeah, you did the Freedom Trail, right?
we did.
Yeah.
I took it upon myself, as I see you're drinking out of a Dunkin' cup,
Yes.
to find out how many Dunkins within a 5-mile radius I could find. Turns out I found over 20 in a 5-mile radius.
They do love I think they call it the dunk here. Like they've eliminated the in because it's already not shortened, but now we need to shorten it more. Yeah. There's a lot of Dunkins though.
I do love Dunkin'. Back when we bowled in the Bowlerama.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll be going there in June this year.
I know. I'm so excited to go because I get to sit there and watch Gavin and Ellie bowl with my Dunkin' in the bowling center.
Yeah.
I'll get some frozen hot chocolate or coffee, or their teas are really good too.
Their teas are good. That's a double for William. William's having a great game here.
He's had a great day.
Has he? Let's look up some scores. Let's see if
He
they're
may
in
have
there.
had 1 or 2 bad, not quite as good games, but he was on it all throughout the day.
Let's see. Oh, they only have 1 game in. 180 to start, but let's look at total. Oh, I think William always is kind. Oh yeah, look, he's in 5th. Yeah, you're right. He has had a great day. He is averaging 219. Oh, I'm sorry. He's not in 5th overall. He is in 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's a tie above him. Yeah, if you're looking at bowl metrics, sometimes don't just look at the number. Try to look at the places because the ties do show. They don't show tie next to it.
Yeah.
I wish they did.
I'm still learning how to use the new update because
it's a little different, isn't it? Yeah.
It updated as I was sitting at home when they were building in Vegas.
Yeah.
I was like, how do I work this?
Yeah.
'Cause I was so used to the old one because that was like 5 straight years. It was like that. So.
Now, did you stay home with Emmy in Vegas?
I did.
Okay. So now you're watching your little sister. Is it? Do you like staying home with her? Or?
Well.
Does she listen?
No.
No.
I mean, she does, but there are times when it's a little bit difficult.
Sure.
But I do miss watching this.
Yeah.
Vegas would have been a lot to get us all up there.
Yeah.
So that's why I say back.
Yeah, a lot of families face that. We love that you guys support the SYCs, but sometimes Grandma and Grandpa come with the kids. And Great job by William again. All right, so we got Mel Sim. He's doing all right. He's right under your brother. Your brother is struggling a little bit this game. Both great down there though, right?
Yeah.
What
258.
258. Yeah.
Well needed.
Your brother wants to be a pilot, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool.
He hasn't done much because our plane's been broken. One he's using,
yeah,
it's been broken for a little bit, and it's just been so gosh darn cold.
It is cold. It's cold this weekend.
Nice little splits there.
Yeah, very nice by Ryan. So it's only game 2, but the guys are left.
Yeah.
I think it's going to just keep getting more and more. Pickleballers are going to get deeper and deeper. Going to run out of lane, though. Good shot.
Little break.
Yeah. The fronts are, there's so much friction in this house.
Nice little break on 45.
Mm-hmm.
Messenger.
All right, here is Mr. William. So everyone around William is struggling a bit. And William's like, I don't know what the problem is. Like, this is easy. He's stepping up on 48 here for anyone watching at home in the green jersey. William Cunningham, the third. Oh, dear.
Crossover.
Oh, all right. It's a tough spare.
Yeah.
3, 6, 9, 10.
So I found out today that Ethan Fiore
Yeah.
is leading
Oh, is he?
he's number one
Seed
as number one seed for
oh,
the finals,
wow.
which is as a previous SYC bowler,
Yeah.
and I grew up with him bowling in Florida, so I got to know him really well. Like, honestly, he came out of nowhere
Yeah.
this year. Like,
He's pulled really well out on tour for sure.
I've loved watching it. And Griff won PBA Junior a couple days ago.
Landon's made a couple shows.
Yep.
You guys are taking over the world. The bowling world, that
I need to get back out there. Like,
yeah.
I need to get back into collegiate tournaments, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've just now started getting back into adult stuff.
Okay. What's the biggest difference between youth bowling and adult bowling for you? From what you have bowled a little bit.
The older guys don't really care as much. Like,
Okay.
there's not much competitive mindset anymore.
Yeah.
Stuff I've been bowling was all local, so
Yeah.
like they really just they're just doing out there throwing shots. Like, it's just something they've done for a while.
Yeah.
They're used to it. They definitely lack some guys lack the competitive edge I've seen.
Yeah.
As much like I miss this.
Yeah.
I'm considered like the new guy, the
Mhm.
young kid.
Yeah.
So they don't really know me, and I'm used to going around
And
talking to everybody.
Yeah.
Like,
People know you. Yeah.
ooh.
Your brother might need a ball rep.
Dad's back there.
Yeah.
Or over there. Oh, I haven't seen you since it happened, but congrats to your Ohio State Buckeyes.
Oh, thank you. Yes, was that painful saying that?
No, actually, it's not.
Okay, good.
I've moved on.
That's funny.
I don't know if you followed the whole Tennessee thing, but Nico left the team today.
Oh, he did. I didn't see that. No. Oh, man.
That whole thing is finally over.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready for football season to start back up. I mean, I love
Yeah.
the summer. I don't want to rush the summer because
Of course.
the warm weather is so nice, but college football's the best.
I'm back to baseball.
Yeah, that's
It will
true.
be baseball.
Yeah, you guys got to catch a Red Sox game this week.
It was fun.
In the cold. Who were they playing?
The Toronto Blue Jays.
Okay, all right.
They lost at Toronto, but it was still incredible.
Good game. Yeah, that's a cool stadium, right?
Yeah. So historic. Like, it was a bucket list thing of mine to go do. So
Nice.
it was nice to go see.
Yeah. How many baseball stadiums have you guys been to?
See. Went to both in Texas,
Okay.
of course.
Yeah.
Atlanta, Miami, Florida. Tampa Bay.
Yep.
Even though it's kind of has a ripped roof because of a hurricane.
Yeah,
But yeah.
true. Yeah.
Washington. Detroit. No, not Detroit. Cleveland for like
Okay.
a couple minutes. The rest of the family went to a New York game.
Oh, they left you? They didn't? Oh,
yeah.
man. That
Or-
sounds like you need a trip to New York by yourself, huh? Or with,
Yeah,
with
when I get a little bit older,
Yeah.
of course. Who else? I think that might be. We haven't done much of the West. Oh, Arizona for a World
Okay.
Series game, which is
Oh,
fun.
cool. Yeah, a lot of the bowlers, I've heard some other families talk about going to Boston or going to explore Rhode Island a little bit. There's so much history and stuff to do in New England, so. All right, let's see. Let's see if anyone else filled out. I
Brooklyn.
checked some other bios, but I don't think anyone else filled out one. We talked about Alex, Keegan. Keegan did fill out a bio, and he is on stepping up in the 10th on a turkey. He's from Pleasant Valley, bowls at Fishkill Bowl. 17, first SYC. He bowled his first 300 in January. He loves to golf and wants to say hello to his dad and brother.
Nice little kick 10 there. 4-bagger.
I think those are all the bios that are submitted for this pair. Do you know we had a 300?
Did we?
We did. Cam Bennett. Game 1.
Congrats.
Yeah. I just got the video. I'm going to post it on the Storm Youth Bowling page. Keegan did get the first and the 10th there for anyone watching.
It's one of Mateo's dad's 3D printed.
Oh
Bowling
yeah,
pins.
that's right. He was given a 300 pin away. That's awesome.
For 136 overall the tournament. Got it.
Solid. Great job, William. he's still trying to figure it out. And Keegan here. 224 gets away with it. We got MJ. MJ over here is striking. He's on a 4-bagger.
Can he make it 5 is the question.
I don't know. Let's see. 49. Good shot.
He
You
did.
can.
Oh.
Hit it. I tried to help you, Ryan. Wanted to give you a little help. I think everyone is just trying to stay consistent on this pattern now.
Yeah.
As it's transitioning. Oh, we did. Miles Gordon 268 down there.
268 for Miles? Oh, that is needed.
Yeah.
He was, you could tell he was a little bit frustrated. So I'm glad he's doing much better.
Spare by Ryan. Tyler Jones. What a backswing he has. I love it. So high.
Yep.
Nice finish for Ryan. 189.
Keeps him plus on the day.
Yep. Brother is having all of the bad luck.
Yeah. Hope it doesn't get in his head too much.
No.
I kind of expect the loft to be in play by game 4. The way this is breaking down already.
Well, I was talking earlier. Max Benware at the at the end of game 1, he has all that game block 1. so it was game number 5 of the short pattern.
Mm.
He has all that speed and rev rate, and he was lofting the front part, and it was a really good strategy. So I figured more bowlers would see that, and you don't have to loft it a lot, but
Nope.
just get it over the fronts. We'll see if MJ can keep his streak alive. We are going to take a short break, but we're going to finish out the 2 pairs to the right and the left. You can kind of see them. You won't see any bowling in front of you right now. This pair in front of us was missing a bowler, so that's why they got done a little quicker. We had a couple of people withdraw last minute.
Ooh.
Oh, I jinxed MJ.
Announcer jinx at its finest right there.
Yeah.
Or lowest. I guess it's lowest.
Yeah. That was a brutal leave for MJ.
Yeah.
Man.
I think that was my problem. If I ever got a string of strikes in a row, I would throw something stupid and just like... And then I would miss it. I'd go like 7 out or something and just completely mess up the game entirely.
I do remember you doing that quite a bit.
It was always either like 2-0, 2-0, 2-teen, 240, 230, and then that was it. Or it'd be a really bad day, or have a game where I strung up. Oh, 4-6.
Good pickup by Grant. MJ stopped himself. I'm not sure what he saw. If he saw something out of the corner of his eye or he didn't like something. Aiden Mooney here. That's a turkey. Nice.
Way to finish. Pull out a game that you may not consider so great.
Oh, MJ. He tried to throw one over there.
Okay, I think Grant has an amazing form.
Me too. Yeah, Grant's bowl's great. I'm not sure where he's going to school. Not sure if he wants to bowl in college or not. It's another great shot by Aiden. Yeah.
Yep. Get a little tap.
191.
The wheel might also be in play. A couple of games.
Yeah. All right, let's see what your brothers decided to do.
It's like, uh-oh.
Big move. Oh, dear.
Oh, no. Yeah, I hate to say it, but he'll be locked in by game 3.5. The way that shot just went.
Yeah. Oh, good try. All right, here's MJ. We're going to watch him finish up. Does Ellie Kate still rub it in you and your brother's face that
all the time.
She has a banner and you don't?
All the time.
Oh, we got to get Gavin a banner.
I know. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. Ellie. I love it. She bowled great, though, in Idaho when she won her first SYC title.
So I heard.
Yeah, she bowled amazing. Bowled a 200. Like, she was on it. MJ, it looks like he's taking a shorter approach here. He might be lofting a little bit. Yeah, he's getting
Not
a little
quite.
bit further out. Ooh.
Good shot. Vance's got the 220 with that one. And Joss,
Yeah, Joss is struggling a little bit. Good shot there. I think a lot of the bowlers are really struggling with this heavy friction at the front of that in the fronts. All right, Vance here. He's on a 4-bagger. Oh, it looks like we might have Chance McLean coming here. He's been bowler great today, too.
He also committed recently to Milligan University, aka the same school where I practice at,
Nice.
local center.
Very nice. That's a good school. Joss with a double. All right. With that, thank you for hanging out with us, Dylan. And
Thanks for having me.
we will be right back. All right, welcome back, everyone. What on earth just happened to our camera? Our camera went blurry. It's so weird. Michael, I might need to fix our camera.
All right.
Hold on. Everyone. I think it's just trying to pick up that TV screen. We're going to have to readjust things tomorrow. We're not used to being so high.
It's very good.
Yeah. All right. Welcome. We have Michael Reale joining us for a game. Michael, welcome.
It's good to be here.
Yes. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining the SYC supporters group. Your sign-up registration process has changed the game for the SYCs.
It's been cool. It's also fun to see all these parents back here that frantically sign up to sell out and minutes. So
Yeah. If they knew who you were, they'd be like, what's the secrets?
fast typing.
I know, right? There's no secret.
Really
We
what
keep
it
telling
is.
them. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, very cool.
But
Okay.
also good to be here with you because this is my second SYC and pretty much didn't see you until bowling's done because you're always back here.
I know.
So.
It's like the secret spot. People, some of the parents, I walk out there like, whoa, Blair is out of the cave. I'm like,
And
yes.
you're here.
Yes,
So.
it's true. We have some great bowlers in front of us.
We sure do.
Taylor Kretz, Gianna Brandolino. And if you've not heard of Gianna Brandolino, just wait. 13 SYC titles and counting.
Smoked it this morning in the first squad.
Yeah, she's one to watch.
Very much so.
Of course, our best friend Landon Jordan keeps making PBA telecast too this year. So
how cool is that?
Oh my goodness, these kids, they're taking over the bowling world.
So how have you seen this medium pattern so far? Because I watched like Gianna a little bit this morning on the short.
Yeah.
And this typically is more the lower scoring, the medium pattern, right?
Short pattern's normally lower scoring.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think EP, as I've heard the locals call it.
I wonder who told you that.
I know. Yeah, it sounds so cool. All day I've been like, oh yeah, we're at EP.
Yes.
But I've heard that there's so much friction in the fronts here that it is just making, like this morning, the short pattern, for those who kind of figured it out, they struck a lot. But I think it's making the medium pattern, especially for the ladies, play even tougher.
Sure.
Because they keep thinking they need to move left, but then they move left and then their ball is just burning up really quick.
100%. You know what? We, when we bowled here, we would practice and put down patterns, sport patterns here. Yeah. But you had to be very careful because EP, as you know it,
yes,
has a very particular house characteristic that doesn't 100% lay over when you go to some other centers, right? That's true for everybody when they're practicing, but
yeah,
the fronts do get hit up a little bit, so.
Yeah, and that was Taylor Kretz. She is a junior Team USA member. Great player. Chance McLean, he was one of the medalists from this morning. We also have Jacob Dunbar, Sammy Argudo, and Kai Struthers, whose nickname is Popcorn.
No kidding.
It is. Yes, Popcorn.
And what's the story behind that?
This is a good story. Okay, so we'll wait until Kai is up, and then we'll That is cool.
That's the only reason I wore it this block.
Love it. I love it. We have a youth bowler who put a photo of himself and Jason Belmonte from the Belmonte Experience.
So, and Sean, I believe, is from around here.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think he's bowled some of the, like he was junior, NEBA Youth Bowler of the Year, I think.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's cool that they support the youth too. NEBA's great.
It's a great organization.
Yeah. Okay, so Kai.
Popcorn.
Okay, I believe it was at Junior Gold one year. His mom was, you know how the kids, like if you look around, we have our main live stream, but there's individual live streams going on everywhere.
Many
right?
of them, yes.
Yeah, so Kai's mom was live streaming Kai at Junior Gold or a tournament, and he was not bowling great. And then his mom got him popcorn, and he started bowling better. And so then everyone in his little feed was like, give him more popcorn.
More popcorn.
So then he became Popcorn.
Popcorn.
So,
That's a great one.
I love it.
The problem with us as bowlers, though, we also get very superstitious.
Yes.
So now he's got to eat popcorn as part of his pre-shot routine, or.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's stuck or not, but it's awesome.
Listen, if I bowled well and I ate popcorn, I would buy a popcorn maker.
Yeah, right?
Bring it with me.
Like a self-popcorn maker?
100%. So.
That's awesome.
Okay, now Taylor throws the ball amazing.
She is 17 years old. She just committed to Nebraska University.
All right. With little help from Gigi along the way, making that decision.
Right? Seriously. But yeah, I think she went on 3 or 4 visits. She was heavily recruited as one of the, as was Gianna. I mean, this class, there's so many kids coming through these 2 years that they just, so many exceptional players. But so she did commit. She bowled. She just finished up PBA Junior National. She loves golfing. I do know that she wants to study to be a nurse. And she wants to give a shout out to Tim Mack and coaches PK and JB at Nebraska.
Okay, you've spent plenty of time with Tim Mack.
Yes.
That guy is a character.
He is.
And
Tim's the best.
An amazing, walking encyclopedia of bowling.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a group text that starts up whenever Ohio State is playing Penn State again with Tim Mack and Del Ballard.
Okay.
And it is a very funny group text.
I bet.
Yeah, that day.
I bet.
Yeah.
I watched Chance earlier in the short pattern. I think earlier he had the front 5 or 6 on one of his. He medaled, right?
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did. He was throwing.
Pretty
the ball
sure he was
good.
gold, but I could be wrong. Or he might have been silver, actually. Short. He was silver.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because McKellen went plus 174. Shake it off, averaging 234. These kids bowled out of their mind this morning.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy.
And look who we have in front of us, too. We don't see it on camera, but there's Gianna talking with Hall of Famer Leanne Holsenberg.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I'm hopeful that all of these young women bowling
Realize who Leanne is.
and talk to her, and because
Yeah.
she's willing to share some great insights, which is amazing.
True story. Yeah. You know, Gianna, too, she finished high school early. So she's actually not in school right now. She's
Oh, wow.
on this, break between... So she graduated in December, I guess. And she's now, her grandparents are here with her this weekend. And she's just kind of traveling. Her grandma told me she's living her best life.
Totally.
Yeah.
So where's Gianna going? I don't know.
She is
what her
going to
plan is.
Jack State.
Jack State.
With
Okay.
Shannon and Brian.
O'Keefe.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Okay.
Yeah, and Gianna's she's really good.
So can you pull up Jacob?
Yeah, let me see if he
Because
filled one out.
I'm the Dunbars. I believe they're also from this area.
He did not fill one out.
Okay.
This is when I call out the boys. I don't know what it is about the U15, U18 boys, but they don't tend to fill out their bios. Maybe you can enlighten us into the mind of the under 18 boy.
Do you know how long ago that was? At 55. So, yeah. We have better things to do. No,
Apparently,
I have no idea.
Apparently they do, and they just don't want us to know about that. I threatened them one tournament. I go, I'm just gonna make up stuff about you if you don't fill it out.
So we're in game 3.
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Yep, we have 2 games left.
Saw 300 down on the low end. Did you hear the 300?
I did hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Cam Bennett, I believe. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, good spare by Taylor.
Taylor's not going to miss the baby split twice.
No, she's not.
No, definitely.
Now, you are revisiting the area. You lived here for
I did. I lived here for 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah,
yes.
from California originally, and then we had a daughter going to college out in this area, so we decided to move here for a bit, and not too close, but close enough.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with the New England area.
Now,
and
you're dreaming of coming back.
I want to come back. No, let me say why. There's amazing competitive bowling in this area. So we mentioned NEBA, New England Bowlers
Yes.
Association, is a phenomenal organization. And for the 50 and over crowd, there's the SEMBA Bowling Association, which is Senior Masters Bowling Association, once a month. And a little bit like what you guys do for the junior bowling, they do for the kind of senior bowlers, because you put down great patterns,
Yep.
great competition for them to get better on. So in SEMBA, we would bowl and Ed Roberts, who's a Storm staffer
Yes.
as well. or
Yeah,
used to be.
Ed's great.
Is he still on staff?
I think he is, or is just life staff.
Yeah.
Like,
But he is the head of that organization and loves to put out really flat patterns, really hard patterns.
yeah.
Would love to see a minus score make it to the top seed.
I heard he doesn't want any 300s at his tournament.
Yes. But what that's great, just like this, is giving people a chance to bowl on hard stuff and sharpen their game. And so they do that. So the other thing that's unique about Rhode Island is that there are 7 centers, bowling centers in Rhode Island, all within a pretty close proximity. And once a year they do this tournament called the Rhode Island Invitational. Are you familiar with this? So they take the top 10 averages from each center and put together 2 5-person teams. And then there's an 8th center, which is basically the second chance bowlers that didn't make the top 10.
Yeah.
And they put together 2 teams of those folks.
Oh, wow.
And they come in one of the centers, and typically it's center sponsored. So if you're bowling from East Providence Lanes, you get jerseys that say East Providence Lane.
Wow.
And it's some
That's cool.
singles to start with, and then some Baker tournaments. And what I love about it is it's the kind of thing that you can really only pull off in a state like Rhode Island, because it's so small and so few. I mean, you could kind of do it regionally across the country if you wanted to, but what's just special is that they all bowl like,
In
so
this
you
area.
and you might be bowling in 2 different centers, so if you qualify for both you have to kind of pick one, which is very
yeah.
unique.
Oh, I remember you telling me about this.
Yes.
Because
So
you didn't you
I
qualify
did.
for 2? And
my second year
yeah.
I bowled in a Bolero center and then an independent center and named Alley Cats down
Yeah.
in Westerly. So I decided to bowl with the Alley Cats group and we won,
That's awesome.
which was fun.
Yeah.
So it's a fun long day, but and it's all the top bowlers in this area, which is really fun. So
I love that.
yeah, pretty cool.
On Kai's bio, I just want to say that when we asked him, tell us something cool about yourself, he's just a chill guy.
That's what his.
That's literally, I'm just a chill guy.
I'm just a chill guy.
I wanna live like Kai. I really do. I tell his mom that all the time. Like Kai's he is a chill guy.
Look
He's
at him,
just
just
cool.
going with the flow.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, all right, I didn't strike. It's all right. I'll move on.
Very
But,
good.
I mean, he's been on the Tonight Show. He was like the youngest 300. He shot 300 when he was really, really young. And I can't remember if it was the Tonight Show or David Letterman. Oh, I hope his mom is watching. Mom, please be watching. Because she's not here with us this weekend. You know, that's the other thing that's great about these SYCs. The families get to know each other.
Yeah.
And then, you know, someone has to stay home to work to pay for the bowling tournament that the kids are going to, and so they send their kids with other families and trust them
take
on
care
their
of them.
own.
Yeah.
It's so cool. But I can't remember. I think it was David Letterman or one of the late shows. He got to go on it. It's so cool.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, these kids get incredible opportunities. But yeah, we tell them, you know, all the stuff that like this area is very it is unique because there's a lot of things to bowl, and kids get in their head like, oh, I have to go pro, right? But you don't always have to go pro just to keep bowling, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, and depending on what they're going to be doing when they get a little bit, you know, when they're out of their junior stuff, if they're going to go off to college, they're going to get plenty of experience,
Oh,
especially
for sure.
team stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, they don't have to do that. I mean, you know what? I agree with that because, like on the West Coast, depending on where you are, like it looks like the best for me senior stuff is at the PBA level,
Yeah.
PBA 50.
Yep.
But here there's a lot more opportunity for that. NEBA even does that, and they also encourage the youth to come into it. So that's why I think Sean was one of the.
Yeah, let me
we
look
have to
up
look
Sean.
him up.
Yeah.
I
We have
think
We have one for Sammy when Sammy's up. Sean Buckerius, Connecticut,
Yep.
Plantsville, Connecticut. He's rolled 7 300 games, first at the age of 12. He has a Sanction 800 series.
Awesome.
He committed to bowl at William Patterson University in New Jersey next year.
Yep.
Finished second, SYC Rochester. So yeah, you're right. He is local.
Yep. And does have the best jersey for the informal jersey.
Yeah, apparently he
Or
has
self-proclaimed best
named
jersey.
himself
Yeah.
best jersey. So I'll let the kids decide whether Sean has. Although it is pretty cool that he put a photo,
Belmo and himself.
yeah, onto a jersey. That's pretty neat. I don't think I've ever seen someone do that quite yet, and I've seen a lot of things over the years.
See, that's why Kai needs some sort of jersey with popcorn on it. Like, can you picture a movie, like the movie theater popcorn things on the back? Like, that would be really...
A popcorn jersey. Let's make it happen.
Okay. Cool. Let's go.
Anna Anthony is going to step up here to the left, too, on lane 46. She just won the PBA Junior National title for the girls.
Yes.
Griffin Jordan won on the boys' side, but Anna's from Connecticut.
She's a Connecticut. Yep, she's done a lot of stuff around here. Look at her throw that 78U.
So
just
good.
on the medium pattern. 78U.
Yeah. So good.
Impressive.
I have a bio for Sammy. Let's see what Sammy, Cadillac Sammy is his nickname.
So what's the Cadillac?
Here. Okay, so he's a huge classic car fan, especially Cadillacs, where my nickname is from. He loves 50s and 60s music, huge Elvis and Sinatra fan.
He's an old soul.
Old soul. Wants to say hi to his grandparents, Florence and Rocky, who got his family into this amazing sport that he loves. He's from Stamford, Connecticut.
Okay.
Man, Cadillacs. That's cool. My grandma had a Cadillac when I was growing up. It was one of a white Eldorado, like just giant Cadillac. Everyone knew it.
It's funny. My dad had a convertible Cadillac before he dated my mom,
Oh,
or
that's cool.
when he started dating my mom.
Yeah.
So yeah. And look, Cadillac's sporting the Buddy's Pro Shop. Little Chris Forey action.
I love it. That's another great pro shop in this area.
Yeah. And by the way, that's I was blown away yesterday to see how many Ion Maxes the Strike Effects Pro Shop guys were just punching holes in yesterday.
That ball is good, and these kids know it because they were all drilling it. They're like, oh, we need this one.
Yep.
We have some other girl. Amber Mason just threw a strike to the left. She's a great bowler. Gia Verano here. She's stepping up. Now, I don't know if you realize this, but you know her older sister, Danielle McEwen.
Oh, that's her older sister.
Yep.
Yes.
And then Victoria Verano and Gianna. She, I don't know if she's publicly committed yet, but she did choose her university. I'm not going to spoil it.
Oh yeah.
But I'm really excited for her because her dad just told me where she's going, and I think it's going to be great for her. It's one of the up and coming powerhouses, I think.
Uh-huh.
So she's going a little off the beaten track, well, not really, because it's a great school. So I can't even say that, but
So you bowled collegiately.
I did.
What do they have ahead of them? What does that look like?
Well, it's so different for everybody because there's a bunch of different ways you can do college bowling, right? So, like, Gianna here, she's going to go NCAA, and Taylor, both of them, they're going NCAA. So for the girls' side, you can go D1, D2, D3, NCAA. And so is Gianna. Anyway, that's one way. I went the club route. So
Okay.
I was really, I was actually going to play tennis in college. And at the last minute, decided, man, I don't really want to do this anymore. And so I actually committed to Ohio State for the university, and then I bowled there.
I see.
And it was the best decision. Like, I'm very thankful for doing that. But the club program, I think it's a benefit to kids that are interested in going into business or anything like that because you really do run your club.
Oh, okay.
So we had to create the budget. We fundraised. We hired the coaches technically. So if one we weren't really loving anymore, we could decide to fire them.
Wow.
Or we could, decide to bring someone in, or if someone left, we had to find a coach, which is also tricky.
Yeah.
But it taught you a lot of skills. Like we had officers; they were responsible for doing stuff. We had a parent,
Kind of
what did they call
advisor.
it? Yeah,
like advisor.
yes, yeah. And then we had you were connected. Like at Ohio State, we were part of the rec sports program, so we knew all the other, like there was ski club and all kinds of
see.
other clubs that are doing tennis club. So it was great, but I do believe it's the most unique 4 years of your life because you'll never experience anything like that again in bowling. The only thing, and I've heard this from other people too, the only thing that comes close is if you get a really solid women's championships or open championships team, and then you are going and bowling that and trying to win together as a team.
Year after year after year.
Yeah, that's the only thing that, because otherwise, like league, you get into it with your team, but it's not really like week in, week out, that feeling of, there's just something there. And I'm sure it happens with other sports too, but it's a great experience.
So did you guys also set your own schedule then, and who you're going to compete against?
We got to pick our schedule. So the way that it works on like club sports or NAIA, NCAA, I think they have their schedules are set, right? But there used to be, and I don't know if there still is, but the tournaments were tier points. So you had to have a certain number of tier points to be eligible for sectionals.
Okay.
So you wanted to spread out the tournaments. Like you wanted the ones that potentially, like we weren't the best team in the country, and we knew that. So we wanted some tournaments where we would be really competitive and may win, but we also needed these other like higher tier where we might fall in a little lower. So it was just balancing those, and we did get to pick our schedule. And
Interesting.
and the one decision we always got to make was there's Christmas tournaments or holiday tournaments in college bowling, and we always wanted, it was always, are we going to Vegas or are we going to Allentown?
Okay.
And during my years, we all loved going to Allentown because there's some great tournaments there, and it was worth the drive in the horrible ice and snow, but it was a lot of fun.
Vegas at Christmas wouldn't have been bad either, right?
I know, we should have. I don't know why we didn't do that looking back, but no, it's these kids are lucky. Like they, the parents too, because we get really close. When you're in college, some of the parents that travel with you to tournaments, you get really connected to them.
Yeah.
So like some of the parents that traveled to all the tournaments, I still talk to them. Like,
well, and I think about like your SYCs.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the visibility that some of these athletes are getting. Like I remember when the SYC we did in Florida.
Yeah.
There was a very prominent women's coach that was walking the concourse.
Yep.
And watched a lot of these women, and I remember you even saying, "You're scouting," and it was like a little private. Yes, I am, and why not? I mean, the competition here is amazing.
Right.
You get a chance. I mean, like, did you just see Taylor just playing deep? On a medium pattern, game 3. Like this simulating an environment she might get in college, which is fantastic.
Well, a lot of times coaches will go under the radar too. And not really, sometimes they'll want us to announce they're there. Other times they don't.
Sure.
And they just want to come and watch and see. And I think to your point too, the thing kids, like at Junior Gold, right? So, there's a lot of coaches at Junior Gold, right?
Okay.
It's very, because, that's where all the kids are, right?
Yeah.
And so if you're like just getting your feet wet in recruiting, and there's a school you really want to go to, and the coach is standing behind you watching, and you're shooting 120,
right? And
you're like, your whole future is flashing before your eyes. But the coaches over the years have told us they're not really looking at the score. They don't care.
Right.
I mean, they care to a certain extent, but they're watching your behavior. Like, are you upset about this game? Are you trying to figure it out?
Yeah.
How are you playing the lanes? Are you like, is it just that you're in the wrong? Because they might go, they're just playing in the wrong part of the lane.
Yeah.
And how are they going to handle this?
And if they were able to ball rep them during the tournament, they would be able to go like, hey, look, you need to go asim, ball up, and move, or whatever.
Exactly.
Whereas here they're trying to figure that out on their own, right?
Yeah,
so,
right. Yeah, so they're not, I think that's the most common thing we try to tell the kids, like, do not panic if you're having a rough game when someone's watching.
That's every Wednesday night from me bowling with PJ Haggerty.
PJ, who was a phenomenal youth player, he probably watches these and goes, man, I wish SYCs existed when I was a
No
kid.
kidding.
Yeah. But we hear it when we bring all the pros. They're like, I really wish these existed when I was a kid. So.
Well, even my wife was just asking me. Now that she's here and
Yeah.
saw this. Oh, nice shot.
That was a good shot.
She's like, so how many of these did you bowl when you were a junior bowler? I'm like, none.
Yeah.
And then our state tournament in California was sometimes down in LA, and California's so big that we never went to it. I remember bowling one state tournament in Sacramento. One.
Yeah.
Like literally one. So this is amazing opportunities.
Yeah, these kids are very, very lucky.
Well,
so.
and I told you that it was a year ago, almost a year ago, that we did we're in Tampa or Orlando? Where were we?
Orlando,
Orlando.
yeah, that boardwalk, yeah.
And I was like, oh wow, a year later, and some of these kids have grown, and now you get to see them just kind of advancing. You've seen that through the years, like you said, as you've seen them
it's
spend
fun.
time with the families.
Yeah.
So
it's really cool, and you know, we don't. I mean, even like, you know, Brady McDonough, he had an 8-bagger. No, 2, 3, 4, 7-bagger.
yeah.
He's grown up. Kai's grown up. Kai was a little guy when he started bowling. Chance is another one. Started bowling so long ago, and has just grown and improved. He's going off to college next year. It is always a little bittersweet, and your wife's in education, so she understands how teachers feel when every year when they turn over a class, and it is a little sad. Like Gianna's going to be gone next year.
Right.
There's just a chance. Taylor. Actually, I think we have one more year with Taylor. I don't think we're saying goodbye to her yet. But as these kids just age out, it just gets a little. It's sad.
Yeah.
But then there's the little U12s that they're right behind them. They're like, oh no, don't worry. We'll keep you on your toes for the next however long.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I'd see like Brady. It's funny. I've watched some of his YouTube stuff.
Yes.
It's fun to watch. I love how he and the other guys, you can tell they've been together a long time, and they're from different parts of the country, right?
Yeah, that friendship right there that actually is
With
at that
Joe's,
table.
yeah.
Joss and
Weems,
Mateo and Brady, which Joss isn't even. He's like a whole pair next to him.
Right.
They have known each other since they were U12s. Brady's from Texas, Mateo's from Nashville, and Joss is from Chicago, and they're best friends.
And they get to spend 8 tournaments a year together.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And really, I mean, we used to talk about this a lot, even before COVID, through technology. That's how these kids, like, you know, I go back and forth. I feel for the parents, right, on the whole social media is bad or screen time and all this stuff. But for those kids, their friends literally live virtually, so they connect most through their phone, talking to their friends. And you know, Gigi talked about it in the seminar, and I've heard some other bowlers, and I've certainly experienced it over the years. I'm sure you have, where bowling may not be the coolest thing in the entire world.
Yeah.
And so a lot of these kids at school, they don't really connect with their classmates, and they come out here and make friends.
Yep. And if you didn't grow up with bowling in your family, you're typically viewing bowling as just recreation.
Yes.
And then the concept of, oh, I'm a competitive bowler. Okay, hang on, what? And what's that?
Right.
I love it when somebody is intrigued by it and you
get to explain it.
Get a platform and you can explain that to them. My favorite thing's like when somebody sees you with 4 bags of bowling balls and they're like, are those all bowling balls?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, my neighbors do that to me all the time. They're like, what is going on over there? And ironically, too, and Alex and I were trying to figure it out this morning when he was in the live stream. My grandparents originally were from New Jersey, and then they were always on the East Coast, right? Retired in New Hampshire, always lived out here. When my dad said that I was getting into bowling, they only had Candlepin in their head.
Oh, yeah.
And so my dad had to explain to them, like, no, it's not Candlepin, it's 10-pin.
Yeah.
And so I was kidding with Alex. I'm like, we need to find a Candlepin place and go Candlepin bowling, but I don't think there's any in Rhode Island.
So, you know what's interesting is I get asked that a lot when now we're back in California. Like, did I do Candlepin or Duckpin? Because apparently there's a lot more of it out here.
Yeah.
We never did. I
Yeah.
know that I've seen a few of them, but
I have duck pins.
have you?
Yeah, and I recently I did it again, but it was like they're making like short lane duck pin centers.
Oh,
Uh,
pickleball and tennis concept?
kind of like, yeah, they throw it in a entertainment center and call it a night.
Yeah.
But it's duck pin's interesting. Like, you can go straight through the pins, and then you get 3 shots, and they're little pins and little balls.
Yeah.
But I've never done candle pins like the tall one, I think. So
It would make traveling a lot easier if you were using the smaller, like bocce ball size things.
yeah,
Yeah.
lighter.
Yeah.
Flight the airlines wouldn't hate us as much.
No.
UPS wouldn't hate us.
Totally. So I see Cadillac just did a fill ball there with his harsh reality. Couldn't tell if it was pearl or regular.
Let's see when it comes back. I think it's the regular.
Yeah.
But it's just polished.
Is it the pin color that tells us the difference? One's green, one's yellow, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. I thought also the gray was lighter in one, but I could be wrong.
Maybe you might know somebody in the marketing department at Storm.
I know, that
tell
could
you
help
that.
you out. I know. Oh.
You know,
Chance.
that's let's see. Yeah, that was Chance's fill ball, and he
Yeah.
grabbed a different ball.
244
Great
there.
little tip. If the tournament's not that close yet, you want to try a different ball. And the fill
Absolutely.
ball. Nothing worse than splitting in the 10th and not getting a chance to throw another fill ball. So,
Yeah.
all right.
Lori McLean is in the chat, and Lori is here with us. So shout out to Chance's parents; they're the best. And I do believe Chance also committed to Milligan. I heard a rumor that he's off to college next year too. So
Very nice. Off to college.
it's crazy.
Amazing.
You put a few daughters through
Yes.
college.
We our youngest daughter is 23 and graduating for their master's this semester. So yes, we'll be done.
How many times have you moved your daughters? Have they done it on their own over the years?
No, we've been part of it.
Yeah.
But like our oldest daughter was in the dorms, so that was a
Okay.
pretty easy one.
Yeah.
And then our youngest daughter lived, kind of in the dorms too in her undergraduate
Okay.
degree. But then has been in apartments in
So
Philadelphia.
are you like pro movers? Would you call yourself a professional mover at this point?
Sure, I would. It starts with streamlining your possessions to begin
kidding.
with. Minimalist would be proud.
Yeah,
You don't really need all that stuff.
you really don't. There's a lot of studies on it. I'm about to do a big cleaning house. Just get rid of everything. I'm done.
Worth doing. Hey, so tell me this: the cross that they're doing, is it a staggered? What do? They do
it's
like.
super staggered.
Is it? All right.
Yeah, Leanne calls it adventurous, which I would agree with because she has told me twice, and I honestly, I'm still struggling with it, but it's like skip 4, skip 3, skip 2,
No kidding. Wow.
or something. But the kids have on their sheets.
On their score sheets. It's,
Yeah, it tells them where to go. So they know what they're doing. Just let them. Parents, I do hear the parents like, what pair? Like,
Yeah.
let me know.
So I have to give a shout out to Michael Sodoma and his team. He's
Fantastic.
coming in the booth, right?
Yes. Yeah, I hope either next game or what game is this? 3? Yeah, or going into 4. Yeah, I'm
Because
hoping to grab him.
here's the thing. Since whoever's watching, they're seeing what pairs do we get to see in the
45
view?
through 50.
Okay, so to give everybody a view of this bowling center, it's a 60-lane center, all on one side. Nice, decent size concourse, or what do we call this? We call this a settee area, and then the concourse area behind us. But what I'm most impressed with is we had no breakdown pairs.
I know, it's amazing.
And if you are a tournament bowler, you know that typically a house will put 1 or 2 pairs available for breakdown. We're 60 lanes, which allows us to do what, 180 bowlers?
Yes,
Is that what we have?
180. Yep.
Which is phenomenal because then if you stop and think about it, what a breakdown pair is on a tournament like this, it's basically 6 bowlers that don't get to bowl.
Yeah, and you know how many are on the waiting list.
Yes, we see those in Pinwell. And so when you think about the courage and also preparation to have a 60-lane house be all occupied, and you know, you've probably got two mechanics working today back there, and this has gone smooth.
Well, your key is courage, because Leanne does ask the bowling center, do you recommend a breakdown or no?
Right.
Because we don't always know. Like, you know, some of the centers we've been to, we know, oh, they really do need a breakdown repair, even though they may have said that we don't. Although we really haven't run into that very often. But yeah, she asks them, like, do you need one? And they usually are like, no, we're good.
Yeah.
And then they prepare. Like, they know,
Absolutely.
okay, we're not going to have a breakdown pair, so we have to make sure everything's good. So.
And don't get me wrong, something could happen to 53 and 54 today, and that's random that you don't know about. And then what? You guys would probably spread the players out.
We did have a random one. It was like a light bulb or something happened at one. I can't even remember, but it was something like so crazy that you could never prepare for this happening.
Yeah.
And a pair they had, you know, we had like a 15, 20-minute breakdown, but it happens rarely, which is great. So
Totally.
Yeah.
So I give Michael and his team credit for that.
They're fantastic. Yeah.
And also, like, going back to the Strike FX Pro Shop guys, watching them yesterday, I mean, John was back there, Nate's back there, Randy's back there, all these guys, you guys should go. If you're in the New England area, they got multiple pro shops, and they're back there just punching those balls as quick as possible.
Well, and to your point, I told Alex this earlier, and I think it was Nate. I don't know which, because they were really busy, so I didn't have time to ask, like, oh, what's your name? But I'm pretty sure it was Nate. They had a line, but they stopped and said, hey, we need to take you out and go check your PAP.
Yeah.
And Alex said that, yeah, that's what they're supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
Like, that they very much pride themselves on, we're not just drilling a ball for you.
Yeah.
We're going to make sure it's the right layout,
Totally.
the right fit, everything. So, and even when they're rushed, because they were slam packed.
Yeah.
Which is
That's a great thing, because if that means that bowler probably came there without their drill sheet, without knowing what their PAP was.
Yeah.
And it's a good little tip that everybody should have that on their phone.
For sure. Yeah.
You know, and so and I did see that. I watched him put a piece of tape on somebody's ball and then took it back into the back. So it's pretty awesome. All right, look at this. We got another group of people.
We do. It's great. We got Ariana Fedson. Let's see. Now, I did ask the bowlers this
That's
time.
right. You got the phonetic spelling if they did it.
Yeah. Some of them have done it. Haha. Fedison. Thank you,
there
Ariana.
You go. Ariana Fedison.
Yes.
So Dakota Collins, Ariana Fedison.
Yes. Emily
Tarcio.
Olivia Rogers, who I believe is one of our bowlers from England. Let me double check and see if she filled out her bio. We also have Melanie Delasio and Gianna Lucrenzio. Probably butchered that, but Olivia Rogers. Yeah, she's from Leeds.
Wow.
Shipley Go Bowling UK is our favorite practice bowling center, 16. She loves meeting new people. She also likes shopping.
Nice.
And wants to say hi to her friend Jaden. Now, they did bring, the whole family came over. There's 3 families from England here this weekend. And there is a sister that's not bowling that was focused on shopping. I did hear.
She's probably at Providence Place right now.
Yeah, right?
Which, by the way, there's a documentary coming up about Providence Place.
Is there really?
Because there was a group of students, I believe they're students, years ago that found a little, nook in the mall and created an apartment out of it.
What?
And created an artist loft there.
Huh.
And they have this documentary about it. So,
all right, I'm a documentary person, so
yes.
I'm hooked already.
Did you see Providence Place when you were here? Do you know what that
I don't
is?
think so,
It's
no.
this big, gigantic mall in downtown, right by the Capitol.
Huh. We'll have to. I don't think we did that, but that's a good thing to explore, maybe.
Yeah.
Melanie here, Melanie.
Delasio.
Look, Delasio.
Delasio. Yeah.
Okay, Melanie Delasio, Plymouth Meeting, Pennsylvania. She bowls at Pike Lanes. First SYC. We have 60 first-time SYC bowlers
That's
at this
fantastic.
event. It is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's got to be like a high.
She shot 300s,
Yes.
and one was on a sport shot. You go.
She also plays softball and loves making friends and wants to say hi to Dad. So hi, Dad.
And here's Melanie right here. She's throwing the Ion Max, I think. Yep, with a little bit of lane shine.
Oh,
And she
gets
trips
it
the
to go.
Nice. Very good. So, do you get a chance to see the scores?
Well, I can. Yes, Well, we can't look right now because I see them putting them in.
They're entering.
Yeah, and
Mike
so
is
that
entering right here.
that throws it off because then I'm calling
Until
someone.
you get them all.
Yeah.
I see.
So I usually wait until like frame 4 or 5 when I remember.
So, is this their running total that we see on the scoreboard right now?
I think it is.
Or is that from the first?
No.
That's definitely not the first.
Yeah, I think it is. Yes.
Okay.
I need to give Ariana, I love it when bowlers do this, for the record, if anyone's listening. She would like to say hi to her dad, her little sister, her best friend, Gracie Dunn, and her puppy, Oscar.
Fantastic. I'm sure Oscar's right there.
Yes, Oscar, we are all saying hello to you. And she plays first, back-to-back at 2 of 3 high school end-of-year tournaments. She's homeschooled. So, and she plans to attend college for architecture and interior design. And she is heavily into faith, which is awesome.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
4 siblings who also bowl. Wow.
I think we've seen a few of them.
Nice shot by Emily there.
Emily didn't fill out her bio.
All right.
Not that I'm
We're just
calling
going to
her
say
out.
Emily's a good bowler.
Yeah.
Because that was a great shot.
It was.
So what are you seeing so far in the first few games, how people were playing the lanes?
I think the boys got left really, really quick.
Yeah.
And I think the girls are struggling with the early friction, and some of them realize it and some of them don't realize it. But I'm not sure how I would overcome it, just to be honest, because I think there's a couple different ways that they could attack it. And I've seen, I'm surprised that this Ion Max is still working for Melanie.
Yeah.
But it is, so it's great. Great double.
There you go, tripping the 4-9 right there.
I would think, I definitely feel like that for the girls, they do need to be in a little bit just because the boys are breaking down the pairs in front of them. Like, that was a great shot by Olivia.
And leaves the pocket 7-10.
Not very nice.
Now, Olivia, two-handed. How many two-handed female bowlers do we have?
Man, more than we used to,
Yeah.
for sure. I would, a handful for sure. As it gets younger, there's more and more, right? Like Anna Antony, Alyssa Randisi, they're still in the U15s. U12 girls, a lot of them are throwing it two-handed. But I do think, so I used to say that we were like 10 years out from a two-hander girl consistently on the PWBA tour. But I think it's less. I think we're like 4 years out because there's some girls in college now. And Nora Johansson from Sweden, I believe.
Yes.
I believe she's coming over and bowling some stops this year.
All right. It may happen then.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm not surprised to see how many of the boys are two-handed.
Two-handed.
I got to believe it's close to 50% at this tournament.
You know, every year I make a plea. I should just email the USBC instead of making the plea on live stream. But I really want them to add a question on the sanction card.
Yeah.
Right hand, left-handed, one-handed, two-handed.
It's not a bad idea. We
'Cause
could
then
ask
we
that
could track it.
in Pinwheel.
Oh, we could.
But then that just adds friction to the registration. But everybody would have to answer that. But we could do that.
Let's think on that.
about that.
Yeah, it's one little. Are you right-handed or are you? I'm sorry, one-handed or two-handed? Then we could get a percentage. Would be good to have. Although if you throw in a question, the parents know.
They know.
They tell you. They
Yeah.
go, "You threw in a question this month." Yes, we did.
I'm with you. So I think that today we wrap this up, right, with the medium pattern.
Yes.
And then we go long tomorrow.
Yes. and then we award champions. Michael, this is your second SYC, so
Yeah.
what have you seen? Like first SYC, it's kind of just you're taking in
Yeah.
everything, right?
Yeah. Well, number one, I'm floored by the way you guys organize this, and not only that, the families know you've created a very kind of standard approach to every tournament, right? So the families know what to expect if they've been here before. Now, me, just 2 tournaments into it, I a year passed since last. I remember the short, medium, long.
Yeah.
I did have to ask Leanne. I forgot the way you guys did the actual championship, whether there was a final roll off.
Yeah.
And I love the approach of it's 15 games
Yeah.
total, right?
That's the Hall of Famer effect because Leanne, right? U.S. Opens. I mean, how many times can you lead a U.S. Open and then
Lose a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she definitely the and that's how, not to interrupt you, but
No.
like Spencer Robarge, Jillian Martin, Gianna Brandolino, Anna Antony, like these kids have multiple SYC titles in multiple houses on multiple patterns.
Yeah.
Like it's not a fluke. So anyway.
No, I agree with that. I think that's a great approach. You know what's interesting is that I know that match kind of stepladder approach was kind of created for TV, right?
Sure, yeah.
Because bowling's a difficult thing to televise, although we get 4 days of golf tournaments that they follow you in qualifying and then the final, the weekend.
Yeah, the Masters is like everyone loves it.
Yeah, so, but watching bowling is, for 4 days, probably, there's a handful of us that watch bowl TV or what have you, right? But I do love that approach, the way you guys do it. And you know what, here's the thing. Even if you are 200 pins out of caching or whatever, you can still learn an incredible amount, right?
Yes.
I mean, if you're not going to make there's no cut here, but if you're not going to do that, you should at least take advantage of, okay, I'm
learn.
horrible on medium. Let me figure this out, right?
Yeah.
What am I doing different that I could do next time and learn from it? I think that's what's great about, like what John Van Hees was talking about yesterday too at the surface discussion. Go grab a bunch of other balls then. I mean, you can't change your surface once you started, but try something else and see
how it works.
How it reacts, right?
Yeah. Well, and I think that parents also use this because at Junior Golds, they'll face, I can't remember if it's 4 or 5 days. I think it's 4 days on different patterns. So you can figure out, oh, we really need to work on medium.
Yeah.
Or, oh, short is really our problem. Like, whatever it is, then you can prepare for that event. Because a lot of these kids, that's an achievement for them to make it to Junior Golds.
Yeah, and if there's some younger people listening to this, I hate to break it to you, but you never figure out bowling. You can only just try to, completely figure it out, right?
No, you don't.
Plus, I also think that it is a lot of it is about you and your role and your speed and what does that look like. So, figuring that out. There you go. We got a little.
Oh, we put down the wrong pin.
We put the wrong pin down.
We did.
The other 4 pin?
Maybe. I don't know what's happening. They're going to call it in again, I bet.
There you go. It's a 4 pin in Australia.
Yeah. They're calling it in again.
But to go back to what you're saying about what else have we learned, or I learned.
Yeah.
The really what I have witnessed here is I remember some of these kids from a year ago, and now they're taller, broader, stronger, smarter about it, and it's really interesting to see it. And I think probably the sweetest thing I've seen is the relationship thing. Like to see, yesterday I remember seeing multiple people greeting one another that they hadn't seen for a month or 2 or whatever. So they're running across the bowling center, hugging each other, in competition. That's super unique. So
it's cool.
Yeah. But I do love the way you guys do this. I also love that they all get a bowling ball with the Storm SYCs, right?
Yeah.
And you guys mix that up and you're giving good balls out to people, which is fantastic.
Well, and I like too that really, bowling's not cheap.
Yeah.
No one ever said it was, but these kids and families, they're learning on the lanes, they're bowling in these tournaments, but then they're also building their arsenal, right?
Yeah.
So when you're getting ready for a tournament, if you bowled SYC, your bag is complete. Or is getting complete.
More
right?
complete. Yeah. Absolutely. I do think when they also get a chance to, like, we were talking with one of the moms down there earlier. Her daughter bowls in an area that doesn't put out sport shots.
Yes.
So she said they just got a summer league that's going to be a sport shot league and signed her daughter up instantly, because where she's been learning how to bowl on sport shots is here. Right. Which it's hard to learn and compete at the same time when you're trying to compete.
And a lot of kids, I mean, there are a lot more centers that will put down sport shot now, and most of the time it is in the summer because, unfortunately, it's so funny because the kids, they don't want to bowl on house shots ever. Like if they had their choice, everything they bowl on would be sport.
Right.
And a lot of them, like you'll see, like, you know, when we're going through these bios, a lot of them do have 300s, but sometimes you'll see kids that get their first 300 when they're 16, 17, or 18 because all they've bowled on is sport. And so they've never bowled on anything easy.
Right.
So, and on top of that, at their home centers, the adults are the complete opposite, right? Adults, most of the time, are like, I don't really want to bowl in sport shot. I'd rather bowl in house. So bowling centers have to cater to their league bowlers, which is fair, and sometimes they can't really put down the sport shot conditions for the kids, which is unfortunate, but they're making it work. So I do hear a lot of centers put down the sport shot summer leagues, and the kids love it, and I would encourage any bowling center to do that, because you'll get people to sign up for the league.
Totally.
I promise.
And I think too, if the families that are listening maybe are wondering, like, how can I help get my kid better? It's get them on harder stuff.
Yeah.
And really let them kind of cut their teeth and figure it out.
For sure. Yeah. Let them explore.
Yeah. I know when we lived here down in Cranston, they put out for the junior bowlers a sport shot on Saturday. So there was a handful of adult bowlers that would go down afterwards
and
practice
That's
on
cool.
the pairs.
Oh, that's
because
fun.
then you also get a neat simulation of what it's like to have 3 games done. So now you're dealing with a pattern that's 3 games old and will help you in your tournaments.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
It's like on the burn.
Yeah, transition is so important.
So when you were in your collegiate stuff, what patterns did they put down, like challenge and sports?
Yeah, we were mostly challenge patterns. I don't think we ever bowled on a house shot.
Yeah.
No, I don't think. No, it was all challenge, and we were really lucky. Columbus is. I was very fortunate to grow up in Columbus because there are a lot of great bowlers that come from that area, and a lot of pro bowlers. And you don't even realize it when you're growing up, how stacked it is with talent, because Danny Higgins, right? He would come in, and his parents ran our youth league when I was a kid. So he was the cool PBA regional player that would come in and help us coach. Like, he always tells the story. He's like, yeah, I helped Blair on her in bumpers. So it's, I'm like, yeah, thanks, Danny. But no, we had a lot, and they were really, we had a very good association, and they were always pushing. They weren't like some associations kind of wait to sign on to some of the new initiatives. And that Central Ohio, Joe Diamond was pushing every boundary. Like when Sport Shot came out, we had PBA experience leagues that first year. Like everything was, it was very good. So we were lucky, and we were, when I was in college, we moved around to a few houses, but all of the houses were willing to. We had to practice very late, but we were college kids, so
no problem.
Yeah, it's fine. Start at 8 o'clock. We're good. But they would put down Sport Shot for us every week, which was great too. So we were practicing on that. But man, the Hoosier, I'll tell you what, that's still, I've heard, is still the toughest lane pattern that they put down in college.
Really?
Like that one is so tough. Like I remember one year you had to hit the 1 board. If you hit the 2, it was gone.
Wow.
So you're literally just trying to hit the 1 board for the first however many games until it broke down a little bit and you can move in. But It was crazy. Yeah. So.
Okay, so did you just see Olivia? She had Greek church,
Yeah.
but she threw a backup. So she's a two-hander, and also is learning how to do the backup ball with her approach.
Do you know that Chance McLean shot 260 throwing the backup on round one? I didn't know this. Mike Sinek told me because I've seen a couple of players experiment with it, but he threw a whole game backup.
Impressive.
Yeah, kudos to Anthony Simonson for showing all these kids that it's possible, right?
You know, I have a funny story about Anthony Simonson.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, I do. Let's hear it.
So I bowled a Swiss tournament in Texas a few years back, and there was a guy there that was two-handed, and the right side of the lane just didn't do very well. And by the way, I don't remember his name, so forgive me. Anybody will know this story. But basically, the right side kind of went away, and then all of a sudden and by the way, he's really good. And all of a sudden, he decides to start throwing backup ball, and just starts ripping racks. So I lean over and I go, "Oh, pulling a little Anthony Simonson, are you?" And he kind of just chuckled and said, "Yeah." And so at the end of the day, I kind of remembered his name, and that night at the hotel, I went and Googled him to find out who this kid was because he was good. The first article that came up was his name being quoted by Anthony Simonson saying, "I owe my backup ball to this guy."
Oh, no way.
Because he taught me how to do the backup ball.
Oh my gosh.
And here I was saying to him, pulling an Anthony Simonson.
That's
when
funny.
really what
it was pulling
Anthony's pulling him, and I forget his name,
Yeah,
and I should
that's
probably
awesome.
go look him up again so I tell the story better. But he
That's
was the guy.
great.
He literally in this article said, because somebody was, because I think Anthony ended up winning a tournament.
He did
right?
in Texas. I was there. It was insane. We watched it live, and we're like, "What?
Yeah.
Is this really? He's really doing this?"
And the quote comes from him saying, "Yeah, like I owe this to my friend who taught me how to do this." And I'm like, talk about putting your foot in your mouth.
But you didn't know it.
I didn't know it at the time.
Yeah, that's cool.
And by the way, and the kid was super gracious because he didn't correct me or go, "Really?
Yeah.
Like
right,
you don't know who I am,"
right.
kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
Anyways, pretty neat.
No, I think it's impressive because I remember being a kid and coaches, if you accidentally threw it back up, they're immediately correcting you, right?
Yeah.
And I think that it's part of the evolution of the game that coaches realize there's more to this, right?
Yeah.
There's more things that and these kids are just brave enough, like they'll add everything they possibly can to their arsenal of tools
and that's all it is, right? By the way, there's and anybody in New England that wants to correct me in the chat or later, please do. But my understanding is, so there's a guy on tour right now, Brian Bourget. Does that name ring a bell?
It does. But
So Brian, I don't remember if he's made it through PTQ and is. This is where I might get this wrong, but anyways, the bottom line, he's a really good bowler. He's bowling out on tour, and he is a two-hander and he throws it, and he can throw a backup ball and regular. But the reality is that it was the other way around. He started throwing two-handed backup ball, is what I've been told. And then in college, they said, let's try you also this way.
Learning this, yeah.
And so he is, you want to talk about tools in your toolbox, he can do it both, right? And so why wouldn't they learn? If you're going to learn two-handed, why wouldn't you learn how to do it both ways?
I used to think in the way that the equipment is, they have the rule on the number or the weight holes, right? When that rule came around and the rules on two-handed bowling balls, they kind of eliminated this, but I still think it's possible for some kids. I believe at some point, and Darren Tang is kind of proving it too, but kids will know how to do both one-handed and two-handed, and they'll look at a pattern or a tournament and decide which way they would like to bowl that weekend. Because I think that now I think two-handed bowling and a lot of things have changed, but I used to think I'm like, kids are just going to show up in one tournament they're going to be one-handed, and the next one they're going to be two-handed.
Yeah.
But most of the time when they learn how to bowl two-handed, they stay bowling two-handed.
Right.
But we have seen. There's a girl in Michigan. Savannah Portillo. She, her best friend is Anna Antony, or one of her best friends, right? And so she went and bowled junior gold and had a bad tournament, and came back, and her little sister bowls two-handed, and Anna bowls two-handed, and they all were like, "You should learn how to bowl two-handed." And so she came back, and she worked with her coach, and she learned how to bowl two-handed. But at the end of it, she still wanted to bowl one-handed. She's like, "This isn't for me." But by going through that and learning to bowl two-handed, her hand was in a better place when she went back to one-handed, and she put way more revolution. She had more speed. Her everything improved, and she just went over that learning hump that everyone talks about. One day it just clicks. It clicked overnight for her because of going through that. So a lot of coaches will say, "Oh, we'll do some two-handed drills with even one-handed players," because it's not easier to bowl two-handed, but your hand is in a better place more frequently. So
well, I mean, that's similar to if you're doing the at the foul line drill or the one-step drill or whatever, where you're trying to just emphasize that staying behind the ball or the flick, that kind of happens there at the end.
So if you're any parents are listening and your youth bowlers just kind of in that funk, right? Because we've all been in that slump.
Yeah.
Nothing is getting better. Think outside the box.
Well,
let them try it out.
Did you hear on the telecast? Darren Tane did talk about.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, because he was on the telecast.
Yeah,
and
I missed this last one, so
They asked him why, and he said, "Well, look, I think he's late with his
he
swing,
is late,
and so he was like, look, I don't have that in my two-handed approach."
Yeah.
And it's true. You watch him, and it's kind of fluid, and he still throws with one hand for his spares, right? But he's showing that your brain can go back and forth between those without difficulty. So, like here's Olivia, right?
Yep.
She's going to throw. Here's her two-handed approach.
She got around that one a little
Nice
bit, but she got away with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do they call that Brooklands in the UK?
Oh, I'll have to ask her that. They have to, right?
I don't know.
Well, we were, I will say the families from the UK have been super gracious, and it's been fun chatting with them. I was joking with them because we ate from a chain restaurant for lunch. Now I will say EP has great food. We did eat lunch here yesterday, but we had Chipotle for lunch.
Okay.
And I was joking with the family from the UK. I go, "Oh, there was probably some chains that you guys don't know or don't recognize." And he goes, "Oh no, they're mostly the same." And he goes, "And it's silly. We came over here and had McDonald's for lunch." And I go, "Did it taste different?" He goes, "It was saltier." And I was like, interesting. Yeah. So they've been great, but we're happy they're here. It's fun.
Great thing.
To Canada and the UK this tournament.
So when people go through Pinwheel, we get to see their states and their address where they're from. Do you know how many other states? Because I see all kinds of cars in the parking lot that have totally different plates on them.
Yeah,
Leanne
always knows the stats. Excuse me. She has announced it. It's usually like 20 or 30.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the actual one. Let me text her.
With a couple clicks in Pinwheel, we could probably get our way there. But
we need that stat, right? You guys are great at Pinwheel. I'd love to thank you again for, reaching out to us, and it really was. I remember I was like, because you reached out like the week before our season started last year, and I'm like, there's no way that we can do this, but we did. You made it happen. It was great.
Also, if the people listening don't know the story, I would love to share it real quick, because when Bill Christman passed away, you guys did an amazing video, and I remember the section watching the video. As a Storm guy, I love Storm equipment. I watched that video about Bill, and I watched Barbara and Leanne talk about how much they care about the youth bowling and where SYC came in, and I literally said out loud, "I wonder if we can help." And that's what made me reach out to Corbett, who I'd bowled the senior masters with and met, and the rest is history. But And now it's the fun part is seeing all these kids and seeing the lives you guys touch. It's incredible. So, and giving a platform for all these kids to learn stuff is spectacular. So I'm happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, well, we appreciate it. Yeah, that was, Bill has come up so much this weekend. So weird
Really?
because, well, I was just telling the story to Alex this morning because when we got here, so this event was the first event after Bill passed that we did, right? And we also missed his funeral because we were at this event,
Wow.
which was like, because there were two funerals. One was local in Utah for all the employees, and then there was one more everyone who knew Bill through the industry in Vegas. And so the local one was here, and Leanne and I were really we felt weird, right? Like we felt weird coming, we felt weird missing the funeral, but Barb, we both reached out to Barb, and Barb was texting us like, this is where he would want you to be, right? He wouldn't want you at the funeral, he'd want you to be with the kids, right? So we were here, and Michael remembers how we were still really sad. It still is sad, but Michael removed so Leanne does these info walls at every SYC, and I don't know what was in front of this wall, but when Michael removed whatever was like a vending machine or whatever, that the only paper still hanging was a thing we had written on Bill, like a memorial to Bill.
Wow.
And so we're like, oh hey Bill, and we still we have this big hanging banner downstairs, and Leanne and I both will say hi Bill when we're going to and from. But so that happened, and then of course Alex was talking about Bill on the live stream today, and Bill's legacy is through these kids, because when he passed, one of the charities that he asked people to support was the SYC. So there's a fund set aside from when he passed that was for the kids, and so that's still kind of the scholarship money is coming out of that fund, which is great, and it's still growing. And so yeah, we appreciate you reaching out and being part of it. And I mean, the kids love it. The parents love that the wait list is not a new form that opens up. We were definitely making it work. So I think the process is a lot more seamless now. So it's been great, and it's been great getting to know you. We love working with you.
Love working with you guys too. Yeah. I'm sure the parents that when they're going through the registration process and they get to the end and it says, "Oop, something needs your attention. You're now on the wait list." They're like, "Oh."
They're cursing out Pinwheel.
But they need to realize how many more people got through. It's just, that's the main, the amazing part about this tournament, right? The demand is spectacular. And one thing you guys said to me that I remember hearing is in order to, there's a certain level of purity that you can keep going with the tournament, because you don't do, it's the squad, different squads.
Yeah.
And so you would love to have more bowlers come do this,
100%.
but this is the best way to keep it the same equal playing field.
Yeah, because if we did do squads, let's say, and there's A squad in the morning and B squad in the afternoon, who knows what happens when they're putting out a pattern.
That's right.
Who's playing where, and this is the fairest. If we did match play, then we may be able to entertain that, right? Like there's a cut, because Myrtle Beach is a great example.
Right.
There's two houses, so there is different squads bowling at different houses at different times. But then we do a cut, and they all bowl together on Sunday.
Right.
So you're still at some point
capped out with some number.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Squad inequity is something that you don't want to be
struggling
entertaining.
With.
Yeah.
You see it every week on the tour. Yeah.
Okay, there's Olivia throwing her
you're
backup
so
ball.
Right.
Look at that. That's amazing. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be really, you've had some wait lists that have been. They could be just as many people on the wait list.
Yeah. We've called you and we're like, okay, time to turn it off.
Yeah.
Because at some point when you reach over 100 on the waiting list, even 70 that's a lot.
That's a
right?
lot.
But you don't want to. Sometimes you don't want to cap it out, because week of this week, for example, we had at least 4 kids drop this week. So if there's someone in that 100 that is local to the area,
Yep.
they
and
go
can make
from
it.
92nd to first.
That's right.
Because really and we tell people that are on the waiting list, if you are local, always get on the waiting list.
That's true. Actually, anybody listening, if you can still register, even if you're on the wait list, register.
Absolutely.
Right? Because you never know.
Yeah.
But the key is also to take serious that when it opens up at noon, it's open at noon. We watch it on the back end. We can see.
I don't know. Did you, when you started working with us, did you just think, you're like, oh, it's another group that says that they sell out in a couple of minutes? Like, you had to, right?
I did, yeah. And we have other events that do what you guys do.
Yeah.
Actually, I should say this, though. In the first, not for like 180 spots selling that quick. We have some after-school programs that might only have 15 spots, and you might have 20 or 30, which is still a big number compared to how many you can take, right?
Yeah.
But in your case, to have that many people vying for those 180 spots that quick, you guys make fun of me because I told you if I get butterflies every time I throw a 300 game, but I get butterflies every time I see us open up an SYC.
I don't make fun of you. I feel for you. Yeah. I'm in the same boat. I don't eat lunch on those days because we made it noon. I don't know when we decided. I think it was Gary's choice or whoever, but I'm like, noon.
Yeah. And you know what? I want everybody that doesn't see the behind the scenes with you and Leanne to know, like, Leanne and Blair worked tremendously to make this thing work.
Yeah.
And that day, all we all want is a great experience for the families.
100%.
That's all we want.
Yeah, we live streamed it one time because we're like, there's no monkey business going on. Like, it's literally, and even, not that there was any before, but even with the new waiting list system, because one of the true problems that the old way was the waiting list reopened at a different time. So it really wasn't truly like seamless, but now it is seamless,
100%.
which is great. So
yeah, so the families absolutely let them know that, like, just so you guys know, like, if it sells out in 3 minutes, if you register at 3 minutes and 1 second, you are the first on the wait list. It's time stamped based on when you hit the submit, and so getting quickly higher up on the wait list is the best way to go.
That's the way to go. All right, Michael, we're going to take a short break.
Wonderful. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for hanging out with us.
It's great to be here.
Yeah, now you and your wife are helping us with our charity table.
Yes.
Which is fantastic. Thank you for helping us raise some more money. So help us give back these kids. We like to say the kids helping kids because Make-A-Wish is a really, really important cause. And Valor versus the Big C, too. They're helping people that are less
and
fortunate.
Let's not kid ourselves. The stuff that's over there for raffling,
awesome, right?
Amazing stuff.
I know, that blanket.
I mean, come on, the blanket. The blanket is what everybody wants.
Everybody's talking about that. I'm afraid. I don't know who's going to pick that ticket, but it's not me. I'm not picking the ticket.
Although all the families should know as well that most of the time there's a local flair also in the raffle. The local flair is hockey stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Hockey. There's because the Providence has a minor league team here.
Yeah.
And
there's a game tonight too. If any family is listening, and
there's a game tonight.
I'm pretty sure there's a game tonight.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things.
Yeah.
But the thing I've heard every family say when they come over to drop the tickets in is like, oh, look, there's a bowling ball, just what my kid needs. Another bowling ball.
And then they put tickets in it.
Of course they do.
Every one of them, yeah.
But
awesome.
No, great stuff.
Yeah. Well, Michael, thank you, and thank your whole team at Pinwheel, because everyone kind of helps us.
They do.
Make this thing come to life.
You guys think it's just me, but there's amazing people behind it that make me look good. So.
Yeah, but I get to have the monthly call with you, which is like the highlight of my life. So yes, very cool. All right. We will be right back. All right, we are back, and I am joined by none other than Michael Sodoma, the one and only, the one we've been talking about and bragging about all day long.
Who do I owe money to?
No one. You're good. You owe no one money because you run a great business, and people love coming here and bowling tournaments here. And by the way, I've learned that the locals call it EP.
Yes.
So I feel like a local now because I'm like, oh, we're at the EP this weekend.
I appreciate that. Thank you guys for coming back. I appreciate it. All the locals do. We got a lot of locals that are here, which is fantastic. And I love having these large events here. So.
Oh, it's fun. It's fun to learn the locals. I think we have, on this pair, we have Cynthia Freeman, Ariana Olivia Schell, Addison Coutrini, Emma Rosenblum, and Sarah Ward. And I apologize for anyone that I mispronounced their name, but all these girls, I watched them to the left this morning, and they all throw it great. And Sarah Ward, I remember watching her this morning, and then she medaled, and we were talking game one. I saw her throw the ball, and I'm like, wow, like power, and her game is great.
Sarah is awesome. She's one of our local. I believe she's still in the U15 girls, so she's still got some growing to do. And we're excited to see some big things from her. She bowls out of Langs in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
And I think you're going to see a lot out of her in the next couple of years.
Oh, look, Ariana helped me pronounce her name, and I did it wrong. So it's Ariana Oliveira.
Oliveira, yeah.
Yeah. Beacon Falls, Connecticut. She bowls at Nutmeg Bowl. Oh, and there's Sarah. Look at that game.
Yep.
Just love it. Nutmeg Bowl, first SYC. She is the U12 Connecticut State Pepsi champion, so she just must have moved up to U15 recently.
Wow.
Oh, and I agree with her. She loves beach vacations. Me too.
Sitting on the beach doing nothing, there's nothing wrong with that.
She wants to say hello to mom, dad, coach Chris Forey, and the Nutmeg Bowling family. I did just ask how many states are represented, and we have 26 states represented this weekend.
26, Canada and England.
It's so cool. Yeah. And the bowlers from the UK are really nice.
Yes.
Too. Those families are great.
It's great to see as many kids as we have this year. We grew up from the last time you guys were here.
It was great, yeah.
And, basically sold out, which is great. All 60 going. It's great to see in April.
So here's a fun fact. So Cynthia Freeman's another first-time SYC bowler. She's from Somers, Connecticut. Is that how you say it, Somers?
Yes.
Okay. Bowls at Bolero Chicopee. But she's good at playing the trumpet, and she's also learning to play bagpipes.
Wow.
Not good at it yet, but determined to be good. And hi to Amy and Chris Bialy, as well as everyone who's supported her through the years. You guys have a lot of bowling royalty in this area, too, New England.
There are some great bowlers that come from around here. It's pretty awesome.
Seeing if we have any other bios. Oh, we do have one for Olivia Schell. She's from Pottstown, Pennsylvania. Bowls at J Lanes. First SYC. I think all of these bowlers are first SYC. Highest game is 199. Highest series 47. She's been playing basketball for 5 years. Plays the violin. She would love to say hello to her grandparents, Jason Belmonte and EJ Tech. Hello, Jason and EJ. That's awesome.
And what did you say? I think we had 60 first-timers SYC this weekend, which is great to see.
It's so great. I don't think I have one for Addison, so. Oh, I love her follow-through. Man, these girls, I'll tell you what, college coaches, they just watch these young ones, and they're just like, oh, this is great.
Yeah, we have a couple in the building today.
Yeah.
Let's start your scouting early, and it's easy to get to, and a lot of kids to look at.
Absolutely, yeah, and a lot of them do tell us that sometimes they like just go in a little unnoticed in the building, just watch and see what they see.
It's not all about bowling ability, it's attitude,
For
how
sure.
you conduct yourself. It's all plays into it.
You have a new college program that calls EP Home, right?
Yep, Bryant College, Bryant University of
Okay.
Bulldogs. It's their third year,
Nice.
second year with us, and it's been great. We host the New England Cup, which is Bryant, Sacred Heart, Merrimack Valley, and St. Anthem. If I say that wrong, sorry, Tim. They do a little tournament, and we're hoping in the future that we can get a bigger tournament with more than just New England teams.
Oh, that's cool. I love that.
Yep.
So these girls are still trying to play very far right, which, you know, a little lower rev rate, that's what you'll see. Unless you're Sarah. How old is Sarah? She didn't fill out a bio. Do you know?
She's around 14, I believe.
Okay. I'm just so impressed.
I believe she's in the U15 still. Or she's close. It's the training that a lot of these coaches do now with these kids is unbelievable. Fundamentals. Biggest thing they all need to work on, spare shooting. Everything is spare shooting. Everybody
Yes.
can strike. Can you make a spare?
Yeah, I heard a parent tell me that their child missed the medals because they missed 7 makeables this morning.
Yep.
And, you know, they talked to us about it after. Like, hey, you know, if you had made these, you would have been here.
Exactly.
And sometimes I don't think, you know, you always realize how close you really are.
It's all about keeping it in play. Especially on the harder stuff, you keep your ball in play. Easier things to make, single pins will do wonders for you.
Great shot by Addison. That's a 3. That's a turkey. I won all of these girls' games. Like, they're all so good. So solid.
Then we have Taylor here to the left. I don't know if they can see it.
Oh, they can,
And
yeah.
She is tiny, but can throw the ball.
Yeah. I think Ellie Kate is coming up, too. She's another one.
Yep.
This little bow. Taylor and Ellie are so fun. They bowl together. And I think Taylor, I think she still throws either 14 or 15-pound equipment.
Wow.
Yeah. And has for a while.
I was shocked to see some of these kids throwing 16. There was a case of 16 for the balls, and I'm like, wow, these kids this young throwing 16.
Right? Yeah, look at Ellie Kate. Such a good shot. And you watch some of the little ones, and you just go, man, they're just gonna keep growing a little taller. Even Ariana here, you know, as she gets a little stronger, as she gets a little older, she'll get a little more muscle mass.
Mhm.
She'll get a little more speed. Like, it just kind of naturally happens. But the fundamentals are all there. If she keeps it,
Yeah.
it'll just kind of all go together.
And it's going to be interesting to see as the younger kids, as they start picking up the game, is it one-handed or two-handed?
Yeah.
Because if it was me, you would put 2 fingers of ball and put 2 hands on it, because that is the way to go.
Yeah, you know, one of my really close friends from growing up is Mary Tang now. Michael and Mary got married, and they have little Maverick, and we joke with Mikey because he's like, Maverick's not gonna know what a thumb hole is. Like, if he wants to bowl, it's two-handed, and still at home, like plastic bowling pins, he is throwing two-handed at those.
Well, his uncle just is flirting with the two. Not flirting, he's diving
True.
head first into it. I'm
Two-handed,
watching
yeah.
it.
Yeah, and
You
his
know?
other uncle is Chris Vi, so yeah, definitely some two-handed influence there. So, but you're right. I think I would be the same way if I was starting over, and a lot of girls are attempting it, so you see it more and more.
The rev rate that creates with the two-handed is just unreal.
Well, I just want to thank you for hosting us again. It's great. I think the families love it. Rhode Island's such a cool place.
Rhode Island's cool. The state, you can get anywhere in an hour just about. And there's a lot of, between Newport, Providence, Narragansett, you can head to Connecticut, Mystic, you can head up north to Boston. Foxborough, there's a lot of, you can branch out to, which helps.
Yeah, it's really fun. I mean, I had never been here before coming 2 years ago, and we did drive over to Newport, which was cool. But this time I was like, I don't need to drive to Newport. Let's just stay in the area and see like the other side of it, right? Because it was cool. Newport's cool, but it's a drive. Like
It is
you
a drive.
commit to it.
Providence, it's 10-15 minutes from here. There's a lot to do downtown. If you can walk almost everywhere down there.
Not today.
Not today. Not this weekend.
Like what the weather? I don't know what who made Mother Nature mad.
It's been crazy, and then an hour north from here in Worcester, they got 4 to 6 inches of snow. April 12th or whatever the date is today, the 12th, and they got 4 to 6 inches of snow.
Yeah, thank goodness that wasn't here.
No,
we all would have been like, what is going on?
Yeah, the weather hasn't cooperated, but
that's all right. But
that's
it's been great. Yeah,
it's it would have been a little more fun last night if kids were able to get outside after, but.
They were go-karting. Oh, that was. We were going to talk about that earlier. Me and Mike, the other Mike.
Yep.
We averaged 3 mics today.
Yeah, the trio.
But the kids were out go-karting last night for like 3 hours.
And you saw all the parents hovering by the door on the inside, just peeking out, popping out when their kids was racing, popping back in. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you have a lot of cool stuff going on in this area. And I love the jerseys, the Lighthouse jerseys Coolwick made.
Yes, those are pretty cool. Same thing with the trophies too. It was fitting for Rhode Island.
For sure. And the whale jersey. Now, there probably is whale watching here. The whales aren't here right now, right?
No, not now.
It's too cold.
That's more on the Cape.
Okay.
Cape's only an hour 20 from here.
Okay.
Cape Cod. Yeah, those are. There's some whale watching out there. The Cape is a beautiful time of year.
Yeah.
Another place to hit. It's really great. Between the history of Boston, the beaches and landscape of the Cape, Newport, it's a really cool area.
Yeah, and I have heard some families take advantage of going to Boston because that is a big history site for kids.
Yep.
One family did. Actually, it was Ellie Keats' family. They walked the entire Freedom Trail.
I heard that. 3 miles. God bless them. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. But
yeah. Even little Ellie and Emmy, the little ones, made it through. So.
Yeah, Boston with that, the duck tours, the aquarium,
they got everything
Science Museum, everything. Faneuil Hall. There's just so much.
I think that's where Leanne and I are going to end up is at Faneuil Hall tomorrow, and the marketplace there.
Yeah.
Quincy Marketplace.
Quincy Marketplace. Yeah.
It's one of my favorite places.
Yeah. Yeah, and she's never really been to Boston.
No, I know. It's crazy.
I
know. I feel like we should do like more than just Faneuil Hall, but we can't decide. So if anyone in the chat, or if you have any favorite Boston stops.
Usually mine are sports related, so it would be Fenway or.
I know. Well, that's what we talked about. We don't have enough time to go see a game.
Yeah.
And it's freezing.
Yeah.
She'll have to come back to do Fenway.
Yeah, it's tough right now. So usually the April and September games at Fenway is easier ticket to get with the weather.
Yeah. I did declare last night I am a fair weather baseball fan. I like baseball, but I'm not going to sit in the cold and watch. So sorry to all you baseball diehards that are yelling at me in the chat.
I don't blame you. Especially this weather. It's not like it's 60 cold.
Yeah.
It's 40 cold. But hey, Coolwick has plenty of blankets here if they need them for outside.
I don't know if there's plenty left. I saw a lot of sales going on in the sweatshirt and blanket category.
Sweatshirt, blanket category. It is nice and cold in here, so that means the bowlers should be comfortable.
I was saying, I think that everyone that is here this weekend is heading home with either an SYC sweatshirt or a Red Sox or a Celtics or something Boston related.
If you were flying here waiting for the nice weather, it just fortunately didn't come with anybody.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I was yelling at our friends from Coolwick. They're from Florida. I'm like, guys, you had one job. Bring the sun.
Yeah. It's been terrible.
That's all right. You can't. That's the only thing you can't predict.
No,
so,
and it's been weeks of it. Has been the problem. It's not like this little stretch. It's just been weeks of rain, and
I feel for you guys.
Everybody up here is kind of tired of it.
Yeah, you're ready.
Yeah.
For spring.
Yep.
Hopefully the end of the tunnel is near. All right, who do we have? We have everyone's kind of getting to that end of block transition here, it looks like. Emma's putting on a spare clinic. Let's see if she can keep that going.
And I'm sure some of it's going to be the tiredness. This is game 10 plus half hour of practice. You know, it's going to add up if you're not used to it.
Not to mention, you're a little tired. Like, yeah.
Even though they are kids, they do wear out after a while. Even though some of these kids will throw 15, 20 games in a day, it's a little different when you're mentally competing also.
For sure, yeah. It's a lot different when you're mentally competing. Like, you can turn on the lights and just bowl, but when you're going through all the motions and trying to figure it out.
Do I make the ball change? Do I make the line change?
Right.
What do I need to do?
Sarah's game is so good. Where is she from?
She lives in Rhode Island. I don't know where exactly,
Okay,
but she
yeah.
bowls out of Langs, which is stone's throw away from here. It's not far.
Okay. Yeah, she's wearing a Gigi shirt. So
Yes, yeah. That's the program Gigi came from, Providence Senate. That's where she bowls out of.
Cool, nice.
Yep.
Yeah, super good.
Was glad to see a 300 earlier. I'll be honest, I don't remember who it was.
It's Cam Bennett, I think.
Okay, yep.
I got a text about it because it was all the way down on 3 and 4.
3 and 4, yep.
Is that a good pair?
Honestly, usually not. The 3s and 4s in this building can be difficult. 3, 4, 13, 14, 23, 24. After 33, 34, it's okay, but next time if you have Alex back on the live stream, you can ask him about how much he loves the 3s and 4s in this building.
Okay, I'll talk to him again. Yeah, it was Cameron Bennett earlier. Let's see if we got some scores here. 15. So Cam did go 300. Then there must have been some adrenaline. 116, 159 after that. 217, 175, but he's still in second. Donovan Klein plus 71 is in first. Isaiah Derflinger, though, is right behind him plus 50.
It's a close race. That's what we want to see.
Yeah, for sure. So hopefully Cam has calmed down a little bit. He's probably got to be close by now. Let's see him.
He's about 5-6 pairs over.
Okay.
I see him over there. That's one thing with 60. Unless you're doing large skips, you're not going to see everybody come through.
No, yeah. But we have seen most of the groups come through, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a big house. It's great. You do get your steps in every day here. For sure.
Yes. 100. It's been a lot of walking this week. That's good, though.
Yeah. Good shot by Ariana. Just can't get that 10 pin out.
Same thing with Addison.
Yeah. Now, the one thing Alex and John Van Hees have been telling us, the fronts, you got some friction in this house.
There's a lot of friction. These panels were put in around 2000. They're the original Brunswick anvil, so the Pro Wing. So yeah, there's some friction.
Yeah, so some of the girls, you'll see their ball just burning up super early.
And that's the thing. If you don't bowl here and you don't know that, you think it might be you, and it's really not.
Right.
You got to learn. Either get it over the heads is a big thing here. But hopefully, so we bought a newer lane machine, which we'll be playing with soon with some new oil. So hopefully the ice will help that. It's made for the more friction on the lanes. So
that's good. You guys are always reinvesting in the house, which is great too.
yeah, I think it's important for the bowlers to see it, even if it's small things, to know that we're still trying to evolve, still trying to take care of them, and lane machine ours is still in good shape, but it was time for an upgrade. So we're very happy to be playing with a new one.
so close. I thought she spared it up. That was the right idea. So what is the next event here?
The next for us will be the New England Youth Open,
Nice.
Memorial Day weekend. PBA Juniors back on the docket for December that I know of, and PWBA Regional 2026.
Nice.
So,
Cool.
so
Some great events coming up.
yeah, keep trying, but a little bit of everything for everybody. Kids,
Yeah.
women, the men. Usually we do a regional also.
Well, it's a
see
beautiful
that.
house. So, and you have the sports commission. They were able to give us some bonus money this weekend.
Yeah,
which
that
we
was
appreciate.
it was great. I got connection with that, so hopefully we'll see some bigger and better stuff down the road coming too. That's the plan after talking to her. They're all looking for different sports, and bowling for them is an untapped revenue they didn't know about. So we're pretty excited.
Yeah.
Hopefully get some bigger things in the area for the kids.
It's really
Kids and
cool.
adults, but
Yeah.
especially the kids. And then hopefully we'll get you guys to come back either next year or the year
I
after.
know,
depending.
right? Yeah.
know.
You gotta talk to Leanne.
Yes, I
We
know.
love it. Like, I think I don't know. Why wouldn't we come back here?
No,
It's a great event.
I'd love to have you.
Well, and it keeps growing. Like, more and more people come and they're like, this is a great place to come and visit, right?
Yeah, you need bigger bowling centers with how popular it is, and I'm more than happy. I know
Yeah.
I read a lot on Facebook. The West Coast people are a little disappointed, but if there's not big enough centers to host, that's what's tough.
It is, yeah. I mean, that is the tricky thing. There's only a couple centers out west. We go to Vegas, we go to Reno.
South Point is unbelievable. That what they do for bowlers, South Point is bar none. I think is the mecca of bowling. I really
Agreed.
do.
Yeah, I do love South Point. We love going there, and it's a very popular event every year, and people love going to Vegas. And
Yeah.
there's more. It is more. People tell me all the time, like, I don't understand how people take kids to Vegas. There's some family stuff more and more out there to do now. It's not just
Absolutely.
like two things like it used to be.
No, there's plenty now, and they're only going to keep shifting that. I feel to grow that because it's an untapped market.
Yeah, and they're definitely going down this experience route, which kids, you can create some kids' experiences. And I don't know what the ages on this are going to be, but I have seen that Universal is opening like a
The horror.
Yeah.
Not for me, not a horror fan,
Me
but
neither.
it's
Yeah.
pretty cool that they're doing that all year round, and
Right.
Vegas is the place. I think we talked about it. They're doing a John Wick experience,
Yeah.
which I would be interested in, and
They just opened like the Netflix stuff. Like,
Yep.
yeah, just tons of, everyone's doing the experience stuff. So it's all Disney World.
yeah,
Everywhere you go. It's fun.
it's fun, but unfortunately the price comes with it too.
Amen. I think we did give a shout out to Alyssa Randisi earlier. She hit our featured pair. She's right to the right of the camera. Past junior gold champion. She's from Brooklyn, New York. She's the one that her family brings us the New
The
York
bagels.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
So delicious. There is nothing like a fresh New York bagel.
And New York's going to be good for something. I was going to get a lot of people mad, but being a Boston fan, but
Oh yeah.
their
Well, but you
bagels
guys
and their
have
pizza.
to have the rivalry.
Yeah, you need it's fun in sports. It's
Yeah,
fun.
Right. And you guys are close enough. Like, I feel like the New England is the funniest place because you guys can get to like every state so quickly. But you have some rivalries up here, man. There is.
Basketball, it's the Lakers.
Yeah.
Football, it was the Chiefs, but now we stink. So, well,
Yeah. The Patriots will be back.
I hope so.
Didn't they just pick up a new QB?
They drafted one last year, and
Yeah.
hopefully do something in the draft this year because
All right.
it makes for a long winter season.
Yeah.
Gillette from here, people that don't know, is probably a half hour, 45 minutes, right to Gillette Stadium.
Oh,
So
wow, I
it
didn't
is
know
close.
that.
Yeah.
That was way close.
Actually, today they're doing, I saw on Facebook, doing Monster Jam up there.
Ah,
God bless anybody sitting in the cold for that.
no kidding. shot by
Good shot.
Cynthia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great one. All right, so we are getting down to the final frames of day number 1. It's nearly time for the families to relax and go grab some dinner and head to the hotel.
And I bet you a lot of these kids will be sleeping early tonight.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, sometimes you'll see them at the hotels kind of playing games or whatever. Other times they will be
Zonked out.
zonked out. Yeah,
I don't blame 'em.
totally. Yeah.
You know, and shout out to all the parents who bring them to all these events. You know, a lot of traveling. California, you said 23
Yeah.
states, right? California, I mean, Texas. I mean, we
Yeah,
appreciate it. You're
Tennessee,
coming up
there's-
this way.
yeah.
You know,
It's pretty great. It's great to see families from all over. We always say that we appreciate them choosing to spend the weekend because they do choose. You're right.
Yep.
Like, you know, it's a commitment. Trevor Mason's family drove here from Texas.
they did it last year too, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
Yeah,
That's a lot of driving.
it is a lot of driving.
I think you guys. I mean, you guys travel everywhere too. I mean,
Yeah, it's fun.
6 hours, 6 from Utah.
Yeah, yeah, if it's a direct flight.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have a direct flight home, but I do not have a direct flight here.
No,
so,
it's-
yeah. There's less and less nonstop flights nowadays. Anyone that travels, like, it's not as easy as
No.
it used to be. I don't know what happened. I love Olivia. She's like, "Ah, that's it. So close.
See if Sarah can get her first strike here. She hasn't struck yet. There we go. That looks
That's
good.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. You called it. Gave it a little oomph to get that first one. He's little, like even Chase Rudy here. He's so tiny. He's not been bowling very many SYCs. I think this is just his second. Let me see if he has a bio in here. Yeah, he's from Virginia, Prince George, Virginia. This is his second SYC. He won the USA Atlantic East Regional title. He got to win the title with his good friend Ellie Kate Murray, who's bowling with now. He loves the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, don't fall on him for that.
No, they have been dominant. They have been great.
Yeah, so he wants to say hi to his dad watching from home and bowling friends. Bam Bam, that's another one. I don't think Bam Bam is bowled here yet, but he's another cute one to watch. The U12 are so fun to watch.
And then you get to see the progression from U12, U15, U18. You know, it's and how tall they grow.
Yes.
I have some juniors from when I first started now that were teeny tiny, and they're going to be taller than me, and it's unreal to see.
It's weird,
Yeah.
right? Like, yeah, you're looking up at them, going, "You were tiny." Yeah, the Gordon brothers are like that for me. They were little. They were like these kids' size when I first met them, and now they're tall. The U12 just don't have the ball speed anymore. They're
No.
like so tired.
They're done. Yeah, they're
They're like, but they're still smiling.
yes.
They're still happy to be here.
I said hopefully their hotel rooms are closed because they will be sleeping.
Yeah. Ah, that ball just took off on Emma. Man, if I was just finishing with 9s and getting my spares, I'd be happy, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Finish the day, make all my spares.
Especially when these kids are getting tired, the scores are going down. So if you're shooting 180, 190, making all your spares, you're probably going to move up the board a bit.
Absolutely, yeah.
Did we just jinx her? Yes,
Oh,
we did.
we did.
We did.
Dang. Well, she still can get to 190 if she strikes out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, brutal. I've been jinxing people all day. It is me. Olivia's just having a rough.
Yeah.
She's ready to go. She's like, I'm going home. Is that a double for Sarah?
Yes.
It
Good
is.
shot for Sarah. I think it's important too with these kids to try to end the block on a positive note, even if it's just a couple spares. So you're not going home thinking about it, disappointed. Come back in the morning and build off that strong ending to the day.
100%. Yeah, and tomorrow the PBA donate extra scholarship to every SYC, and it's called the Never Give Up Scholarship. So the gold medalist of every division gets a scholarship,
Nice.
which we pay scholarship money based on overall. So some kid may have just a really good block tomorrow, and they can take home some scholarship
Get
dollars.
somebody. Yeah.
Tracy's yelling at us. Don't be jinxing my girl Emma. We're not trying to. I've had the black cloud. I used to have this graphic. I don't have it loaded in. I'll have to load it in tomorrow. But there was a black cloud animation I put up. I should put my face on it.
Well, at least it wasn't the 9-10 in a row black cloud.
Oh, man. Yeah. I have been very far away from the 300s today. I'm like, nope. Good shot by Cynthia.
Cynthia and Addison looking to end the block really strong here.
Yeah. That's all right. 213 for Addison.
Still a strong game.
For
Absolutely.
sure. Yeah. Thanks for loading in the overall totals too. That's really helpful.
So tomorrow it's a little wrong, but I figured out what we did. So tomorrow the plus minus should be correct. We made one small error, but I should have that fixed for the morning.
Perfect.
So it'll be for the 10-game total.
Cool. Oh, good shot by Cynthia though. 188. I'd take it. Right.
Absolutely.
End your day on a 180. Let's go.
And a 4-bagger 9. I mean, that's strong.
All right, Tracy. We are not saying anything about Emma. We're just gonna let her bowl. Oh, go left. Oh, stay right. I don't know what I wanted you to do.
And it obviously depends who the kids were before. They could have been a really good shim there, depending who
Yeah.
threw what. Especially on a medium pattern. I think tomorrow will be interesting with the long, see what these kids do.
For sure.
I would think you're going to see a lot of pads in the morning during practice tomorrow on the long. I think it's coming.
Yeah, a lot of surface adjustments.
Yeah. Hopefully they learned something from John from the 1 o'clock seminar
that
about
was a
surface.
huge seminar. I hope that they did. Come on. That's all right. That's all right, Emma. 170. Not bad.
Nope.
We'll take it. Matthew's still got some energy over there.
You can bring some over here. I think I need some caffeine.
I know, right? Serious. It's been a long day. Thanks again to you and your team. You have a great team here in East Providence.
Appreciate it. Again, we appreciate you guys coming.
Yeah.
Try to get stops on the East Coast, anything we can, and we appreciate you guys coming.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's always funny because, I do live on the West Coast, but I'm from the Midwest, right? So I see all the comments of West Coast people, and Leanna and I were talking about it when we were flying here. We're like, yeah, you think we don't want stops on the West Coast, right? We live on the West Coast, but the East Coast, don't hate on the East Coasters because you guys have to travel a bit for most of the stuff too.
We literally travel for everything.
Yeah, right.
The last time as an adult, I didn't really have to travel far with Syracuse and 18 for nationals.
Exactly.
Everything else is out west. So that's one of the reasons why I push to have stuff over here on the East Coast for our kids or adults, because I know what it's like to my one time a year to go travel for tournaments, usually on the West Coast.
For sure. Agreed. Oh, Olivia. Oh my goodness. She's like, I cannot. All right, let's see if Sarah can finish this off. She can end it strong. That was
looks-
good.
Oh,
Oh, no, it doesn't. Just kidding. Well, still a great game. 197.
197, absolutely.
All right, with that, we're calling it a day.
Cool. Thanks for having
Thank
me on
you.
again.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for having
Absolutely.
us. Thank you for supporting all the bowling in New England and all you do here.
I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys for all you do for the kids. And this is, again, a great event, and we love having it. So
All right, we'll see you guys. We're starting again tomorrow at
10 a.m.
Thank you. 10 a.m. Eastern time. So we will see you all for 5 more games, and we'll be awarding some champions.
You've been watching the 2025 SYC Rhode Island. The SYC Rhode Island would not be possible without the generous donations from our sponsors: Storm Bowling, Cool Wick, PBA Junior, Kegel, Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Shoes, Ray's Eyewear, Ballard's Bowling Academy, Master Industries, Quality Respite and Home Care, and by TD Transportation, by Cambridge Credit Counseling Corporation, trusted counseling group focused on nonprofit debt relief services, and by the Northeast Megabucks Tournament. The Northeast Megabucks Tournament is back, and smart funds are available for youth. Special thanks to the official scoring system of the Storm Youth Championships, Bowlmetrics. The preceding was produced exclusively by Storm Bowling. For more information on upcoming events and more, please visit stormbowling.com. Once again, thanks for watching.